Alrighty, chat. Welcome on in to the Central Committee stream with your host, Mike from PA. We are live once again. It is Friday, December 26th, 2025. What is this, Boxing Day? Is that what today is? I don't know. Is that the Canadian? The hair is herring today. The hair is herring today. Theo got me a bunch of hair care products, so we're going to be using that today after stream. We're also going to be having a fun day. You might have to cover this.
What country was Santa Claus from? I heard he's Turkish. Yes, this is not propaganda. Okay, a lot of people are confused about where Santa is from. Here is BBC News, a piece that they did on December 24th in 2014. Okay, this is from 11 years ago.
Dog, these are my socialists. These are my socialists, dog. Our biggest socialist is a Turkish nationalist. These are our socialist, dog. Come on. Did you ever discuss Miskiff being banned on Kick? Who? He's from that organization. TK, only the kids, right? That's what that stands for? Only the kids? On the kids? Oh, it's on the kids. I thought it was only the kids. On the kids. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Got him. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Miskiff. Like, I really don't. I've always been a Miskiff hater. When everybody else was trying to do the Miskiff rehabilitation tour 3 or 4 streamer awards ago, I was like, fuck Miskiff. That guy's a fucking creep. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone else. You know what's fun, chat? Being a good person. You know how so many people have those like overwhelming feelings of shame for all the bad shit they did? When you're a good person, you don't have that. You just don't have that. I just go to sleep and I'm like, I'm out like a fucking light. I sleep soundly. Then I wake up 7.5 hours later. If you've ran in the freezing cold before, what do? I've got a 4.5 mile run when I'm traveling and it'll be like 20, but feel like -1. Any tips? You're going to be hot. You're going to be a lot hotter than you think. You need to have layers that you can open up, because the worst thing that you could do is run, get overheated, sweat, and then at the end of the run be soaked and then be in -1. Make sure you have vents, make sure you have layers that you can open up or remove. And then the other thing is just stop being a wuss and tough it out. You'll be fine. Don't mind me, I'm just here checking green cards. They don't give a fuck about green cards. Why are you saying checking green cards? Nobody cares. They don't care about paperwork or green cards. They just deported an American citizen. They don't give a fuck. Just whoever the guys randomly come across. They don't give a shit about that. It's so, can I just say, it's such a lib thing to be like, I'm looking for your paperwork. Make sure your paperwork is in order. You fucking liberal. Sir, is your paperwork in order? I don't think it's up. I don't think it's up, and I don't think you filled it in. I'm sorry, sir. Your paperwork. That's you. Oh no, I'm a tough guy. I've got my Ford F-150. It's not one of those queer lightnings. I pay $4 a gallon, even though oil's $50 a barrel, because I'm built Ford tough. Anyway, yeah, I don't have much of a bed. You know, I got like a pretty short bed. You can't really fit one piece of plywood in, even with the tailgate down. But it is kind of a truck. It does get 20 miles to the gallon, though. Average conservative. He is paying $1,200 for his car payment. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. Fun day today. Donald Trump is a pedophile. That's the other thing. He said every Epstein file. Epstein is like, he's my best friend. And so Trump is melting down. Honestly, you know, Big Red and the SJW meltdowns? Every single day, Donald Trump is having a Trump meltdown. A truth, social, Trump. Oh, thank God. The only time I've ever been on this website is to make fun of Donald Trump. Decline all. Fuck you. Bombshell video exposes massive 2020 election data dump. Bombshell video from a brave poll watcher under oath will make your blood boil. They stopped counting in swing states, then dump votes overnight to steal our election. The poll watcher said about 2 o'clock in the morning, my monitor went down. It totally rebooted. So unless you can tell me there wasn't a data dump, there wasn't a data breach, I don't believe the numbers are true. A single terminal rebooted? That's the evidence that she's claiming of a conspiracy. I gotta tell you something, chat. Conservatives are not bright, right? Like, I mean, it really just comes down to it. There's two types of conservatives: sociopathic freaks that just like torturing people for their own gain. So that's like an Asmongold, right? He's also stupid, but that's definitely it. And the second one is they're just dim. They have the brain of an 11-year-old. They don't have the ability to separate their emotions from a factual statement. They don't know how to share definitions. They proceed from anecdotes. They can't basically handle abstraction, right? That's what this is. This is someone who's stupid. Like, legitimately, this is a stupid fucking person. This is the reading level of a 6th grader. That's all this is. Like, it doesn't make me, it doesn't aggravate me. It's just, this person is mentally
I'm going to flash
there.
forward to 2 o'clock in the morning. At midnight, Trump was ahead 10%, which was an unusually high amount, to about...
Yes, dumb fuck, because Democrats voted by mail that election because of the pandemic. And then all the conservatives were like, don't vote by mail. That's where George Soros is buying the election, or whatever the fuck shit they made up. And then people voted by mail to not get the COVID virus because the vaccines were not widely available at this point. So Donald Trump's voters all voted on election day. And so the election machines presented his numbers relatively quickly, while the absentee ballots had to be counted slowly over time. It's not that complicated. I mean, Donald Trump has always voted by mail.
2 o'clock in the morning, my monitor went down. It totally rebooted. So unless you can tell me there wasn't a data dump, there wasn't a data breach.
I want you to understand something, chat, that Donald Trump posted this. Now, I am against the use of the R slur. I think the R slur is inappropriate. It should not be used. It's honestly euphemistic slot. You know, people that are suffering from intellectual disabilities are not who these people are. These are just people that don't have the moral fortitude, or didn't have the parents who cared enough, or the institutions around them to educate them and protect them from environmental contaminants, to facilitate learning. Like, this person just has not had love in their life, which is why they're stupid, okay? They're a stupid piece of shit. But I understand why the R slur has become, that has been one of the ways right-wingers have started to re-inject hate into our society, because they just use it so much, but they themselves cannot handle even basic concepts. I want to show you this again. The President of the United States of America posted this as an argument.
I'm going to flash forward to 2 o'clock in the morning. At midnight, Trump was ahead 10%, which was an unusually high amount. To about 2 o'clock in the morning, my monitor went down. It totally rebooted. So unless you can tell me there wasn't a data dump.
The President of the United States says a single person's computer monitor rebooting is evidence of a massive data dump that rigged the American presidential election. This is a bombshell video.
There wasn't a data breach. I don't believe that the numbers were true, because when I went home and woke up, all of a sudden Biden was ahead. We had processed 120,000 votes by midnight out of the 170,000 absentee ballots we were expecting. So I assumed we were missing about 50,000, and all of a sudden Biden was now missing. And Sidney Powell did discuss something about this in Rudy Giuliani's press conference, and I do believe I did witness that. And the voting had stopped in the middle of the night. So unless you were one of the few processing tables, you would not have seen this rebooting of the...
I legitimately don't know what else to say. I don't know what else. These people are mentally inferior. I don't know what else to say. You're stupid. My monitor flickered, and then Donald Trump was losing after I went to bed. She's not even specific enough about her precinct. There were a number of votes that physically showed up. She's just saying that I went to bed and he was ahead, and I woke up and he was behind because they kept counting votes. What are you talking about? Some states shut down the count at 2 a.m. and then resumed in the morning. You are actually stupid. I wanted Donald Trump to win, and he was winning, and then I went to bed and woke up. This is a 6th grade brain. And I think this is a big problem. Donald Trump, and there's a book. Oh my God, I'm citing a book. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I should just stop. I should just fucking stop. I'm citing a book. What am I doing? In the book Democracy in Chains, Nobel Prize winner James Buchanan, Nobel Economics Prize, conspired with the Nixon administration to basically destroy education in America because they said an educated proletariat, that's dynamite. They were worried that if we're educated and we understand the systems, we're going to want the systems to change. In 1970, Ronald Reagan was running for re-election as governor of California. He had won in the 1966 with confrontational rhetoric toward the University of California public college system and executed confrontational policies when in office. In May 1970, Reagan shut down all 28 UC and Cal State campuses in the midst of student protests against the Vietnam War and the U.S. bombing of Cambodia. On October 29th, less than a week before the election, his education advisor, Roger A. Friedman, spoke at a press conference to defend him. Friedman's remarks were reported the next day in the San Francisco Chronicle under the headline, "Professor Sees Peril in Education." According to the Chronicle article, Friedman said, "We are in danger of producing an educated proletariat." That's dynamite. We have to be selective on who we allow to go to college. If not, we will have a large number of highly trained and unemployed people, Friedman also said, taking a highly idiosyncratic perspective on the cause of fascism. That's what caused what happened in Germany. I saw it happen. So since that time, they have basically been assaulting the idea that Americans should be able to understand reality because they were worried that if people were educated, they would want reforms to the system. And they use the term proletariat because proletariat refers to people that work rather than those that own. And so this is the result. A woman who says, "I saw my monitor flicker, therefore that's evidence of," that's the bombshell. This is the post. My monitor flickered. And when I chat, like, I gotta be honest, like, this is where Tanky Mike starts to kick in, and I need to be brought back to reality. Because I honestly think that every single person who liked this tweet should be arrested because they're too stupid. They need emergency education stat. Like, I'm not kidding. I mean, I am kidding, but you get my point. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? My monitor flickered, therefore the election was rigged. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm going to flash forward to 2 o'clock in the morning.
The U.S. is set to record its biggest single-year decline in murders on record, according to crime statistics analyst Jeff Asher. Trump is doing an amazing job. Federal employment is now at its lowest level since 2014, down by 271,000 jobs since President Trump took office. Why are our services all dog shit? Why are there so many potholes in the roads? Why are there such long lines at the DMV? Ex-War Department official warns terrorists may one day aerosolize fentanyl. I'm sorry, chat. They're just stupid. How do I explain this stuff? Chat, we have chemical and biological weapons that are very effective, that have been invented and have existed for 100 years. In no way would you make a cloud of a pharmaceutical drug that would be easily filtered. This is dumb as... If a terrorist was going to do a chemical or biological warfare attack, they would just use much simpler and cheaper and easy chemical agents. They're nerve agents. They're what are called blood agents, blister agents. This is dumb. This is very stupid. This is extremely stupid. You have to be a complete fucking moron to say something like this. Like, look at the precious metal prices. Oh my God. Oh my God. I might just go and buy all the silver that I can. Like, what the fuck? No, I'm kidding, but like, what the fuck? How's copper doing? I can't be the first one to think like it's gonna keep. I'm sorry to get distracted, chat. Where's the commodities? Okay, there you go. Jesus Christ. Holy fucking Christ. Platinum is up 11% today. What is going on? What the fuck? That's crazy. Even copper is near an all-time high. The only time it was higher or roughly where we are was early. Wow, what the? That's concerning. That's the silver go. Like, remember what I said? I said this like 2 months ago, Chad. I said if silver is above $50, that's crazy. Remember back in November? Like, that was less than a month ago. This is nuts. This is nuts. $75 silver. I bought in at 45. You're welcome. You're welcome. 50% appreciation for a precious metal in a month is not normal. $10 buy-in here. I'm too lazy to sell. I mean, listen, I'm not telling you to sell, but if I made a 7-bagger from holding a lump, I would probably sell some of it, you know? I would probably sell some of it. Unless you're in dire straits, do not sell. That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's called being a hog. You should always rebalance your portfolio. Whenever you make absolutely massive gains, you don't have to sell everything, but you can really lock in profitability, because money that's just on paper remains on paper. Banks and wholesalers have basically conspired to keep the future silver price down. It's called backwardation. Listen, I don't know enough about what's going on with the precious metals, only that I know what they largely mean, like what the signals mean. And for me, I was always taught that $50 was the like warning signs for the economy. When silver was at 50 and gold was at 1200, that is a warning sign for the economy. That's what I was always taught. Now we're at 4500 with silver, with gold. Or was it 1800? I don't know. It was one of those. It was 1800 or something like that. This is, I mean, look at this gold chart. I'm not saying saying money is bad. I'm saying if you bought it to protect yourself for the dollar losing value, then you're fucking yourself over. If you have a 7x and you have any dollar denominated debts, you should retire those. Yes, but imagine the dollar crashes and you have toilet paper money, but you erase debt if you can, but also hold the silver if you can. I'm just explaining to you what is mathematically the correct decision. When an asset appreciates by that much and it becomes a significant percentage of your portfolio, because it's now like 80% of your wealth is silver, because silver went up 7 times. You should sell some of the silver to reduce your risk to the silver price dropping. That's just common sense. It's I'll put it to you another way. If you had $1 million, would you go and buy only silver if you were investing? If the answer is no, then you should sell some. And if your answer is yes, you don't know enough about investing and you probably shouldn't be doing it. You should do what is intelligent, is to rebalance, but you could let some of it, you could let a lot of it keep running. There's nothing wrong with that. But who knows? I mean, we're in an era where I don't even know what to say. I'm up 38% on gold since July. I need to take my gains, but it's scary to think it keep going higher. I mean, here's the thing. If you just bought in and you're at less than a year holding, that's rough, because the taxes are terrible on short-term gains. I try to hold for at least a year. China basically triggered the silver price by limiting exports come January. Yeah, I think we did cover this the other day. I'm sorry. I'm just in shock. I'm in shock. I don't know what else to say. Like, how's crypto doing? Is it Bitcoin people rotating into like silver and gold? Is that what's happening? Bitcoin down to 87, which is basically the last spike. China accumulating a lot of gold and silver. I mean, like, that's smart. Like, if the United States is decoupling from China, they might as well exchange their dollars for gold and silver. You know what I mean? Like, why have dollar denominated assets if the US is trying to fuck with you? You might as well start converting that. The reason why it's a little odd is because bond rates are not okay. So, all right. So somebody is selling treasury bonds. Somebody is selling treasury bonds, and they just lowered rates and it didn't touch it. What is the current rate? What is the federal funds rate? Sorry for just sitting here and thinking, chat, but so they lowered the target rate to 3.5, but it's just not happening. So they cut rates and the rates didn't go down. The UK is up to 5.2. I mean, people are buying bonds today, chat, but I'm just saying that, like, it's a lot. It's high. And you have to go back to before the Great Recession for 30-year rates this high. It doesn't make sense. The rules don't make sense. The rules don't make sense in pluribus. You just have to accept that they're irrational and they're not very bright. Like, you just for the hive mind to make sense, you just have to say that they're irrational. They almost get it. They almost started to make sense in the fucking finale where the what's his fucking name? God damn it. All right, I need to have my pluribus conversation. My spoiler pluribus conversation at some point. It's too soon after it just came out. I don't want to do it yet. let me just say, a hive mind's philosophy doesn't make any sense. But you have to, if you set that aside, then you can have fun. Okay? You have to set that aside before, and then you might be able to have fun. And by the way, it's not about me saying something is rational or irrational. I'm just saying that it's arbitrary. It's arbitrary in a way that is counterproductive and only makes sense from the perspective of trying to be horrible for human being subjectivity. It's only makes sense if you were trying to write a scary thing. Like, it doesn't make sense from the perspective of the virus. Like, if you're trying to have a perspective of the virus, like the virus's goals are to spread as, you know, to as many planets as possible, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's just like, how do we make a hive mind horrible? Well, the only way that human beings are going to recognize it as bad is if human beings are dying. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I want to like Pluribus. I want to like it. It's a little half-baked. Also, can I say something about Pluribus? And maybe it's just me being autistic, but I'm so tired of midwits. I don't like watching them in my entertainment. I'm tired of midwits, so I hate watching them in I know you're supposed to hate her guts for being stupid. Like, I think that's the intention. Like, you're supposed to look at Carol and have contempt for her and realize she's a bad person and that she's dumb and she's arrogant and hubristic and she sucks. Like, I get that's what you're supposed to feel, but it doesn't mean I enjoy it, right? It doesn't mean I'm enjoying myself. My dad thinks Carol is a hero. She's literally a dummy. She's literally a dummy. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about from the season finale. And it's because it doesn't really spoil anything. She's just saying, oh, they didn't bug my house. And she says it with such confidence and such verve that it actually takes me out of the show, because you'd have to be 5 IQ to say that. And it's like, it's not that, you know, she has confidence that they could never tell a lie or whatever. I don't know if Vince just doesn't know how much surveillance tech has advanced and how the CIA and NSA could literally turn your television's speakers into microphones through smart TVs, or let alone if you have a microphone in any fucking device in your house, which you have many microphones in your house. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. The fact that she's walking around like, oh, there's nothing in my house. It just like throws me out of the show because it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's like offensively hubristic, where it's just like Vince, you have to write smarter than this. You gotta write smarter than this, man. Just so much of the premises are just so badly thought out that I just can't get into it. I'm sorry, I can't. Her guardrails were torn down by Raban. Yes, I understand that, but that's also horrible. She's an evil piece of shit. All right, spoilers again. 5 more minutes. 2 more minutes. 1 more. Everyone, spoilers for 2 minutes. Okay, I'll try to keep it specific. All right, do spoiler for 2 more minutes. Let me just say this. Carol does not care about anyone else at all. And it's very weird and off-putting. It's not just like, I'm a spoiled asshole. It's like, no, you're actually, and also all the humans are like that. And it's really fucking weird. It's weird. You're not supposed to like her, but you kind of are. Annoying thing about Pluribus discourse is that no one understands the very rules of the show it spent a whole season explaining. The rules are stupid. And the rules don't make sense. And I'll explain to you, for example, why the rules are stupid. All right. We don't want to harm plants. So we won't harvest crops or pick apples or whatever the fuck. Yet you're going to drive a tractor trailer on the highway? How many insects are going to hit the fucking windscreens? It's a fucking veritable insect holocaust when you drive. I guess all the insects could be killed by the trucks, but if you killed the plants via a combine, it's now immoral. Like, what are you talking about? Planes hit birds. It's about intent. If you know that you doing something is going to result in an outcome, then you have the intent to do the thing. I'll give you an example. If I am at the top of a hill and I have a giant boulder and I push the boulder down the hill and I know there's a whole bunch of people at the bottom of the hill and the boulder might hit one of them and kill them, and I push it anyway, I have intentionally caused the death of the person at the bottom. You understand? So if I get into a tractor trailer and I know tractor trailers are going to impact insects and I drive it down the highway anyway, I'm knowingly killing the insects. Now, you might not say I have a specific intent to kill a specific insect, but I have a reckless disregard of the lives of insects. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying, unfortunately, you're on Vince Gilligan level of not understanding the incoherence of the philosophy of the aliens. The only reason this is brought up is because in order to make the killing the hive mind compelling, they had to say that the hive mind is starving humanity. And in order for humanity to starve with full knowledge and full cooperation, they have to impose arbitrary and capricious guidelines that don't make any sense and serve no function. We can't pluck fruit from trees. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Then it's like, well, what about our immune systems? It just doesn't. Oh, their capacity for both empathy and long-term thinking is suppressed. I am not typically one of these type of guys. I'm not typically one of the type of guys where I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not plausible. It's not realistic. You know, blah, 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 blah. But in this show, which is so focused on creating these scenarios, it invites you to think about them. And then when you think about them, you're like, it's dumb. Mike, did you like the shot which he was spouting libertarian liberal shit in front of the seal? What did Gilligan mean by this? I guess she's the president now because everyone else is dead. Why do we take it at face value? What if the hive's mind's intention was always to reduce humanity down in the name of efficiency? Because that's not what efficiency means. That's not what efficiency means. A hive mind is a self-replicating slave. It's not self-replicating though, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it has to be some sort of like biological control thing that went haywire, right? Like, you know, and I don't think we're ever going to really understand. I don't think we're ever going to really understand, but it's already it's already too dumb to me because I can't help but solutionize it. I can't help but look at it and go like, this doesn't make sense. This is illogical. This is irrational. This is incoherent. This is arbitrary. All right. Anyway, moving on to shit that actually matters. I can't say that I'm a big fan. It's all right. I'm allowed to not like it. Vince Gilligan got his start on X-Files. Most of the episodes he wrote were goofy and self-aware, more style than substance. Pluribus feels like a return to his sillier roots. I agree. I completely agree. I think I'm thinking too much about the silly alien show, which is kind of disappointing. I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet. Anyway, okay, let's get going. Is Joe Rogan a complete moron for life? Now, most of the time when people put questions in their headlines, the answer is no. It's actually a cliche that if a newspaper puts a question in a headline, the answer is no. On the Mike from PA stream, when I put a question in my headline, the answer is always yes.
Give us a good one.
You got anybody in mind?
Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes? He could probably win in a few years.
Hold on, let's talk.
Listen, he couldn't have existed before. 10, 20 years ago, couldn't have existed. Now, super popular. What's 20 years from now look like? You know, maybe someone like that can win.
Well,
by the way, super popular. Nick Fuentes is super popular, by the way. These fuckers will not mention the name Samuel Cedar or Hassan Piker. But Nick Fuentes is super popular.
we'll see.
It's fascinating to watch. There's like a whole group of people that feel very unrepresented in the world, and especially like young men. And here you got this young guy with a very high verbal IQ, and he also does a lot of shit posting, a lot of talking shit, a lot of trolling, says women shouldn't be allowed to vote, says wild shit. And that Piers Morgan thing is like, bro, that was like an expert sparring with someone who thought they were an expert.
Sure.
Like they're playing two totally different games.
And it's also the thing that people try to get Fuentes on is that he's still funny as fuck.
It's funny.
So that's where you're in a lot of trouble.
When he hits him, do you think you made jokes about the Holocaust? He goes, too soon? Like, dude.
Yeah.
And you could see
he's wild.
You could see Piers going, "Oh fuck,
bro!" When he was like, "Me mom died," I was like, "Holy shit,
bro!" He got hit. He got hit with a missile on that one. Too soon. Too soon. I was like, "Oh my god."
I don't know. Give us a good one.
You got.
Shane Gillis is just a Republican, and he always has been, and so it's always kind of frustrating to watch. It's kind of like he kind of does this like wormy shit. And I could always clock these guys. I could always clock these guys from a million miles away, and then I have to listen to the parasocial fans in the chat for fucking months. And then we come back later, and it's like, Mike was right. I get this, it's always the same. whether it's Moist Critical or Asmod Gold or any of these other fuckers. I think he's just a cum-town sock dem, bro. Fuentes has a high verbal IQ on one of the most popular podcasts. This is an excellent example of the important reasons why I refuse to waste my time listening to that buffoon Joe Rogan. I can't stand liberals, man. I absolutely cannot stand liberals. Gee, I wonder what's happening the last 15 years that made open Nazis acceptable. Yeah.
Now, first of all, I have to say, I really appreciate the invitation. It's very gracious. I've said a lot of negative things about JD Vance. So for him to extend an invitation like that to me, to have dinner, a traditional Indian dinner with him and his family, it actually moved me. It actually touched me a little bit. I said, I've been nothing but antagonistic to this guy, really unprovoked. I started the beef. And so for him, in the spirit of the holiday, in the spirit of Christmas, for him to extend an invitation in public like that, to enjoy a traditional Indian dinner prepared by his wife with his family at the Naval Observatory, he's a better man than me.
I think one of the things that I need you liberals that think you're leftists in the chat to understand is that if you say the word platforming, I want you to take your head and introduce it to the platform of the ground. Okay, because you're an ostrich. Putting your head in the fucking sand is a fucking joke. You're a dumb bitch. Shut the fuck up. In fact, I might just start, if I ever see the word platform, I might just permaban the person because they're dumb. You're stupid. You're a stupid fuck. Joe Rogan is promoting him. Shut up. Every fucking day. Last warning. I don't want to hear any more discourse about platforming again. I know how to decide what to platform and when. If you do any more platforming discourse, you will be permabanned by me. Go into your Splitter Discord and cry. Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
A Saturday Night Live shakeup. The show firing one of its new cast members before he even appeared on the broadcast. This comes after past racist remarks surfaced. Chris Conley is tracking the latest from Los Angeles. Good morning to you, Chris.
And good morning, Michael. The news coming down on Monday, comic Shane Gillis out at SNL after just a few days amid a firestorm of criticism.
From the Stormy Daniels allegations.
Stormy, this is Michael Cohen. Are you alone?
Yes.
And what are you wearing?
To the opioid crisis.
I want to use heroin, but I also want to get stuff done.
Saturday Night Live doesn't steer clear of controversy in its sketches. Recent days, though, have seen SNL dealing with its own controversy. The show declaring in a statement on Monday it is dropping one of its new hires, 31-year-old stand-up comic Shane Gillis.
I took skull out of my mouth to come up here. And I didn't vote for Donald Trump. Makes me like the Nelson Mandela of central Pennsylvania.
But a video of Gillis from about a year ago surfaced from Matt and Shane's secret podcast, in which he mockingly mimicked a Chinese accent and used a racist slur to refer to Asian people in Chinatown. Reaction was immediate and unfavorable. Gillis issued an initial statement saying, "I'm happy to apologize to anyone who's actually offended by anything I said. I am trying to be the best comedian I can be, and sometimes that requires risks." Pablo Estore of ESPN's High Noon tweeting, "It was only a risk because you and your hack friend are dumb enough to record it." Enter Democratic presidential candidate and...
Okay. I mean, I don't even care. I mean, like, listen, I'm sure he did racist jokes. I don't even care about that. I care more about this. Joe Rogan and Shane Gillis on Nick Fuentes running for president one day. That's who they named. That was the good one. And the clip I was showing you of Nick Fuentes, and here's what you need to understand, fucking dumb liberal. These are our enemies, and they are growing. I'm sorry, 53,000 likes on his joke. Nick Fuentes reacts to JD Vance telling him to eat shit.
Now, first of all, I have to say,
yes, I see. Rose
I really appreciate the invitation. It's very gracious. I've said a lot of negative things about JD Vance. So for him to extend an invitation like that to me, to have dinner, a traditional Indian dinner with him and his family, it actually moved me. It actually touched me a little bit. I said, I've been nothing but antagonistic to this guy, really unprovoked. I started the beef. And so for him, in the spirit of the holiday, in the spirit of Christmas, for him to extend an invitation in public like that, to enjoy a traditional Indian dinner prepared by his wife with his family at the Naval Observatory, he's a better man than me. He's a better man than me. And I got to give him a lot of credit for that. Credit where it is due. But respectfully, I must decline. That's sort of the whole point. I don't want to eat shit. Kind of the whole point. We don't want them here because we don't want to eat shit. I know they do that in India. I know they literally eat cow shit. I know that they will scratch their ass and then prepare food and eat shit that way also. We don't want them here because we don't eat shit in America. We try to avoid eating shit as much as possible. It's why we wash our hands, you know? So respectfully, I'm going to have to decline. Thank you, but no thank you. I will not be eating shit, but I wish you the best on your Christmas Eve dinner. I hope that goes well for you guys. But anyway.
That's the context for when they say he's really funny. That's what they're trying to say. I think Shane Gillis might be racist. I don't know, guys. I think Shane Gillis might be a racist. Also, wash your hands. Trump's Secretary of War said he hasn't washed his hands in 10 years. It is very funny to talk about Indian cuisine as bad when America was colonized by the British. Now, with that clip in mind, let's watch this again.
Give us a good one.
You got anybody in mind?
Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes? He could probably win in a few years.
Hold on, let's talk.
Listen, he couldn't have existed before. 10, 20 years ago, couldn't have existed. Now, super popular. What's 20 years from now look like? You know, maybe someone like that can win.
Well, we'll see.
It's fascinating to watch. There's like a whole group of people that feel very unrepresented in the world, and especially like young men. And here you got this young guy with a very high verbal IQ, and he also does a lot of shit posting, a lot of talking shit, a lot of trolling, says women shouldn't be allowed to vote, says wild shit. And that Piers Morgan thing is like, bro, that was like an expert.
Who's the expert? He's saying that Nick Fuentes looked good in that? Nick Fuentes looked good in that? Is that what he's trying to say? Trying to say Nick Fuentes looked good? He looked like he got outplayed by Piers Morgan. He looked like shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Piers Morgan was making fun of him for being a virgin. Check his Rumble page. He has millions per upload. He's broken containment completely. When you think about how much reach his clips have, he has insane reach. We're talking about 100 million plus impressions per week. He's fully platformed. I don't know it's that big. Rumble is famous for being artificially inflated. But yes, he's broken containment now. I mean, it is what it is. It's over now. The vice president and Joe Rogan are talking about him. There's no... it's over. Like, the Heritage Foundation is falling apart right now over Nick Fuentes. One of the most august right-wing policy institutions is falling apart because anti-Semitism is growing so much in the right wing. The joke Mullen and Cumtown made more broadly was, I'm a dumbass for having bigoted opinions. Shane thinks being bigoted is funny in and of itself.
Sparring with someone who thought they were an expert.
Sure.
Like, they're playing two totally different games.
And it's also the thing that people try to get Fuentes on is that he's still funny as fuck.
It's funny.
So that's where you're in a lot of trouble.
When he hits him, do you think you made jokes about the Holocaust? He goes, too soon? Like, dude.
Yeah.
And you could see
he's wild.
You could see Piers going, "Oh fuck,
bro!" When he was like, "Me mom died," I was like, "Holy shit,
bro!" He got hit. He got hit with a missile on that one. Too soon. Too soon.
Okay, chat. I'm bringing up. They just published it on YouTube, so I'm bringing up the Joe Rogan thing. Hold on.
That was 15.
Shane, don't you just read AI and just recognize the truth and stop being a conspiracy theorist?
I'm not conspiracy theorist. I'm thinking about the college football playoff, which has a lot of conspiracies.
Oh, really?
The Protestants formed against the Irish.
Oh, no.
They joined. All the Southern Protestants joined against the Catholics.
Wow.
Tale as old as time.
It's IRA versus...
Last time they tried to join against us, we marched down there and burned down their fucking cities. So watch out.
It's crazy because sports are like a substitute for war.
You'd think we'd have more presidents. The Catholics.
Yeah, they only had one.
Biden,
right?
too.
Oh, Biden's Catholic.
We got Biden.
Allegedly.
We only got one. He got shot, and then Biden was doing auto sign. Give us a good one.
You got anybody in mind?
Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes? He could probably win in a few years.
Hold on, let's talk.
So when you get the full context, it's even worse.
Listen, he couldn't have existed before. 10, 20 years ago, couldn't have existed. Now, super popular. What's 20 years from now look like? You know, maybe someone like that can win.
Well, we'll see.
I gotta pee so bad. We gotta wrap this up anyway.
I'm
sorry,
down.
4:18.
We got that one at the buzzer.
Yeah. Well, listen, I will say this about it. It's fascinating to watch. There's like a whole group of people that feel very unrepresented in the world, and especially like young men. And here you got this young guy with a very high verbal IQ.
In what way does Nick Fuentes represent young men? Like, try to expand that out. Like, what exactly is he representing? He's representing what? What the fuck is he representing? Representing incoherence? Representing viciousness? Representing misogyny? Representing kind of repressed homosexuality? Like, what exactly is he representing? A closeted gay virgin who's a white supremacist while not being white. What the fuck is he representing? Being annoying to your mom because that's the only woman you talk to? And I think, you know, the reality about Gen Z is that 45% of them are fucking incels. It used to be that 5 to 10% of people were incels. Now 45% of people are incels. And when you don't fuck, you go insane. That's why it's on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs near the bottom. Now, if you're a person who's asexual, thank you for your exception. I need you to think abstractly and not personally. Thank you. Can you try that? Can you try that? If you're personally ace, I don't need to hear about it right now. Thank you. It's like, Jesus Christ. Everybody has to make this like What is with the chat today? Is it like everybody's trying to bring up the most annoying bullshit where we all just waste time? Yes, I know some people are ace. Being ace is valid. But for most people, never having sexual relationships is very damaging to them psychologically. It's just like, Nick Fuentes being popular is bad, but I'm not platforming Nick Fuentes. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with people today? Incel as an involuntary, ace is an involuntary abstention. I said that people not having sex drives them insane. So that's why the ace people said, actually, I'm ace and I'm totally sane and it doesn't bother me at all. And yes, I know, that's right. You're valid. I don't question your validity. But this is why many people have trouble understanding how to exist in left-wing spaces, because they say something that is uncontroversial and then they have to get tripped up in an expression of being aware of some category. And they have to do this like big rigmarole performance. How long have I been talking about these issues? You don't think I'm accepting of ace people? You need me to go through this whole fucking song and dance? It's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
And he also does a lot of shit posting, a lot of talking shit, a lot of trolling, says women shouldn't be allowed to vote, says wild shit. And that Piers Morgan thing is like, bro, that was like an expert sparring with someone who thought they were an expert.
Sure.
Like they're playing two totally different games.
And it's also the thing that people try to get Fuentes on is that he's still funny as fuck.
It's funny.
So that's where you're in a lot of trouble.
When he hits him, do you think you made jokes about the Holocaust? He goes, too soon? Like, dude. And you can see
he's wild.
By the way, all these conservatives pissed their little pants when Morgan made a joke about 9/11 or veterans. They all pissed their little pants and they all went when Hassan made a joke about 9/11 or whatever the fuck. They all pissed their little pants pretending to be offended. Personally, I think you can make jokes about anything. You know, that's my personal take. However, it's not that funny. These hacks rely on you being shocked in order to be funny, right? Like, oh, it's so funny. Wow, you said the thing that you're not allowed to say. I'm so shocked. Ugh. That's not humor. That's being a hack.
See, but you can see Piers going, oh, fuck.
Bro, when he was like, me mom died. I was like, holy shit.
Bro, he got hit. He got hit with a missile on that one. Too soon? Too soon, it was like, oh, my God.
I don't know if this is AI or not, but this photo just popped up online.
No.
What is that? Hey, I'm just having a good time.
He got head from a block?
There's a black
He got head from a Polish person? A blockhead?
Yeah. Well, duh. Well, duh. That's duh.
Trump or fucking Clinton got head in a hot tub?
Can you imagine if you were one of those guys and you were like, finally, I got a place where I can get my freak on?
I will say, dude, you ever try to get head in a hot tub?
That seems gross.
It's fucking impossible.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, let's go inside.
This is nuts. I appreciate your enthusiasm. This is not ideal.
Now I'm like barely hard. It's fucking water's
chemical smell.
Don't give me head in the hot tub.
You shouldn't get that on your mouth anyway. You fucking chemical water from that hot tub destroying your endocrine system. All right.
I
Good love you, brother. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. Bye, everybody.
And the thing is, like, I'm not even worked up over this. Like, this is just exactly what we said would happen. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, this is exactly they got their Trump in. It all got everything's getting fucked up and worse. What, you think they were suddenly going to grow empathy and a brain? No, they're going to go, actually what we need to do is be even more nihilistic and indulge in our even more base bullying activity. These people will only be stopped when they are stopped. And that's that. I'm flabbergasted this shit hits for anyone. Like, honest to God, I gave up a long time ago trying to understand how dumb motherfuckers are.
I have peers, people in my business who were single issue Republican voters, and their issue was twofold. I mean, they were anti-woke, against any policy or language that could help the vulnerable get a leg up, and God knows that makes sense. So, but they also were very worried about their free speech. They didn't want their free speech to be infringed upon, which it never was. I mean, they'd say things and there'd be cultural pushback, and they were like, that shouldn't be allowed. Ultimately, all they really wanted was to be able to say the R word with impunity. That was why they voted. But along with that, comes the collapse of the federal government, the destabilization of the global economy, tens of thousands of people being deported to places they might not have even come from, the actual suppression of speech and rights of LGBTQ people. All right, guys, and the rise of authoritarianism. And sometimes I feel like asking them, was it worth it, you fucking retard? And I guess some of them would be like, yeah, it was, because now on our podcast we can bravely speak power to truth. Now that truth can no longer defend itself.
So we have our situation where the United States of America is now
breaking news
is now just attacking into countries with the conventional military, not this covert drone warfare CIA shit. The U.S. military just bigfooting around the world, violating sovereignty, and just doing unilateral attacks. And, this has been a long time coming, like this kind of behavior. And the only way this stuff is going to end is if countries start shooting down American military aircraft. Like, that's the only way it'll stop. Until there is a reasonable deterrent toward the U.S. violating your sovereignty, the U.S. is now going to do it more and more. The dialectic is the contradiction between the thesis of incel versus antithesis of Giga Chad, when it is resolved in the synthesis of revolutionary Volcel, perfectly embodied in Hassan Piker-based politics, but agency in choosing not to have sex. Volcel is the current source of revolutionary fire. I regret to inform you that Hassan is definitely not a Volcel. I regret to inform you that Hassan is not. Hey, remember when you said Kamala is the same as Trump? Own it, my dude. Remember when Dean Winters got caught doing whatever the... Also, here's what I will say about Kamala Harris. She fucking lost to Donald Trump! She outsped him like 2-1 and she fucking lost! Yo! Oh, that's crazy. Holy shit, that's fucking great. We love it, dude. Every time I think of Kamala Harris, the meme comes in my... Like, this is now a meme. Hold on.
Breaking news this morning, we are learning new details about the deadly strike operation that President Trump says he ordered on Islamic State terrorists in Nigeria. Listen to this. That, as you can see, released from the Department of Defense yesterday evening. The U.S. military reports multiple ISIS terrorists were killed in the attack, which the president first announced on social media. This comes after the president for months has warned that the United States could take military action in the African nation, claiming that ISIS had been targeting Christians in the region. The president writing in part this on social media about it. I have previously warned that these terrorists, that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, he goes on to say the Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Now, Nigeria confirmed the two countries coordinated in this effort, in this strike. Their foreign minister joined CNN earlier this morning.
What took place yesterday clearly underscores the fact that Nigeria is not lacking in will, a commitment to the fight against.
CNN's Nada Bashir tracking this one for us. Nada, what is the very latest that you're picking up?
Well, we're still not getting full details just yet from U.S. officials with regards to the details surrounding this strike. What we do know is the U.S. Africa Command has said that multiple Islamic State targets and militants were killed overnight in these deadly strikes. We've heard, as you mentioned, from the U.S. president himself addressing this military action in social media, saying and describing this as a powerful and deadly strike against Islamic State terrorists. And this strike took place in the northern Sokoto region of Nigeria, just bordering Niger. Now, at this stage, again, no clear details with regards to the impact. What we do know is that this was carried out in coordination with the Nigerian government. We've heard from a Nigerian presidential spokesperson and advisor saying that both the US and Nigeria are on the same page when it comes to tackling these security concerns. And of course, what we've been hearing from the White House for several weeks now and from the US president himself is the ramping up of concern around the protection of Nigeria's Christian community against extremist attacks. And it's important to note and underscore that, of course, Nigeria does have a deep-rooted history of security troubles when it comes to Islamist attacks that we have seen in the past have targeted both Nigeria's Christian and Muslim communities, two of the largest religious communities in the country. So this is certainly a historic concern within the country, but we are now seeing very clearly that first-hand action by the US military in Nigeria, according to officials, in coordination with the Nigerian government.
Nada, thank you so much. Much more detail to learn here for sure. Appreciate it.
And the president warning, of course, there could be more to come in Nigeria, writing on Truth Social to the, quote, dead terrorists, warning there will be, in his words, many more if the slaughter of Christians continues. Joining me now in the group chat, Sungmin Kim, CNN political analyst and White House reporter at the Associated Press, Ashley Davis, former George W. Bush White House official, and Eugene Scott, contributing columnist at the Boston Globe and visiting fellow at the Johns Hopkins University Agora Institute. It's nice to see all of you this morning. Sungmin, when we look at where things stand, the fact that the president really has cast himself as this peacemaker, often talks about the wars that he says that he has ended, and yet we are seeing this approach not just in Nigeria, but in other pockets around the world. How do we square what we hear from the president and what we see on the ground?
Well, how the administration squares it is that this is all part of President Trump's strategy, his foreign policy doctrine of through strength, obviously. However, you have, on the one hand, you have, him touting all the conflicts that he has helped resolve abroad, but then you see a lot of offensive military action abroad. His aides don't see that necessarily as a contradiction. They say that part of keeping broader peace is making sure that these targets abroad know that the U.S. is willing to strike if necessary. But I also think that this is a contradiction that you're going to be hearing on Capitol Hill, particularly as it relates to these strikes and the strikes that we've been seeing elsewhere in the country. You had the Pentagon saying yesterday that they did this in coordination with Nigeria's government. However, you're already starting to hear from Capitol Hill. What about coordination with us? Is this something that lawmakers should have authorized? And I think that tension, that conflict, is also what we're going to be hearing in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, one would anticipate that, especially we'll likely hear a little bit of it today, but certainly once lawmakers return from their recess. It's also interesting. The president this is not the first time he has called out what he says are targeted attacks on Christians. It's important to note the country itself is about split between Christian and Muslim faith, and the data doesn't necessarily support the president's claim that Christians are being disproportionately targeted. Ashley, this has been, though religious persecution has been a really animating subject matter.
I want you to understand something, chat, that if you buy the idea that Donald Trump is intervening in Nigeria because he wants to prevent ethnic hatred, you're a fucking moron. Or religious conflict, you're a fucking moron. ISIS is overwhelmingly funded by the Gulf states, meaning UAE and Saudi Arabia, which are our allies. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? And yet the liberals immediately snap to starting to spread this lie. They can't help it.
You will, for many conservatives. Does it matter to them that the data doesn't line up? Because that is a significant issue.
Well, good morning, Erica. Nice to see you, and hope everyone had a great Christmas. But I think that it's really important that we need to realize that there's two things. One, that we did coordinate with the government of Nigeria, and two, Nigeria is a really complicated country that we've been dealing with. I mean, I'm a national security hawk, go back to George Bush administration. There's been terrorist breeding in that region for a long time. What I just learned this morning was the fact that we coordinated, which makes it less complicated than before. But I'm very happy that the administration is actually striking in abroad rather than them coming and striking us in our country. In regards to the Christian and Muslim controversies, I mean, we don't know what we don't know. It's so complicated. There's a lot of national security complications that are overlaid between the two groups, that the ISIS and terrorist groups are hiding behind the Muslim religion. And so I think that we need to be very cautious that this is, including with the president, that this is a religious.
Yeah, caution definitely advised. I will just say, just based on our reporting, the data does not support the claims that Christians are being disproportionately targeted. To your point, there are a number of disputes internally. It's not just religious, it's communal. It has to do with ethnic tensions, farmer-herder disputes. There's a lot happening in Nigeria specifically. You know, when we look at Eugene, when we look at the way that this is playing out, well, we're also looking at new movement off the coast of Venezuela. What does this tell you about the focus moving forward when it comes to not just where the U.S. is leaning in internationally, but what it could mean in terms of support domestically when there are these questions continually raised about Congress and even notifications?
Well, that is one of the main questions many lawmakers have, including some on the right. There seems to not be some consistency in terms of vision. If there is a foreign policy agenda, which obviously there is, it hasn't been communicated in a way that it's clearly understood and supported with even some of the people in the president's base. I've talked to voters, and they're very concerned sometimes that they don't know what the next move is going to be from this president in terms of global conflicts and international affairs, and how inconsistent it seems to be with what he campaigned on. Part of that is because we know that the president's support is actually more ideologically diverse than I think a lot of people outside of his camp realize. And so there's some issues that are of concern and major priorities for one segment, such as perhaps Christian conservatives, and not others, which might be some of the individuals who want to see America pull back from.
Now look at CNN now doing propaganda for the war against Venezuela. They're now calling it the Russian onboard shadow fleet. Shadow fleet, basically fleet of ships that doesn't care about America. You know, merchant ships that don't trade with America is now being called the shadow fleet. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is World War shit. This is like, they are actually taking us toward a world war. This is batshit fucking crazy.
Now to an exclusive CNN investigation in which Western and Ukrainian intelligence sources tell CNN just how Russia is using its
Western and Ukrainian. You know that has to burn. You know that has to burn to the Ukrainians that have dumped a million lives down the dumper and destroyed their country for Western support, and they call it Western and Ukrainian intelligence, which reminds me of a clip that was said on Hassan's stream yesterday. Pretty much dead fucking on.
The central question of America, in a lot of ways, is who is allowed to be white.
Yeah.
And how that expands. Yeah. It used to be that question was asked with an expansionist attitude, like who do we let into the club, the smoky room, cigars, all of that. Now they're going, too many people came in.
Yeah.
We're trying to shrink it now. And even amongst the white people, the question becomes now, are you a heritage American? How far can you trace your lineage back? The crazy thing with that argument, I'll put a pin in it after that, is no white person that I know and hang out with, not one of them can trace their lineage in this country as far back as I can.
Yeah.
Not one of them, not one white person that I know. We go back, all the way back. Like, a lot of my people were here before the country was founded. Yeah. So it's a weird dynamic to establish if it has any intellectual consistency.
Yeah, it's like the Trump versus AOC equation. AOC's family from Puerto Rico has had deeper roots to the American mainland than Donald Trump has. Donald Trump is what, 2 generations removed from being in Germany. But if you ask people, Donald Trump is white, he's the president. Of course, he's a heritage American, he's a legacy American. Whereas AOC, well, she's brown, she's Latina, so like obviously she's less American than Donald Trump is.
The central question of
I guess the Ukrainians haven't been included in the club, huh?
Shadow fleet of oil tankers, not only to evade Western sanctions, but as cover for espionage in European waters. CNN's Katie Pogles reports.
Looking out over the English Channel.
I remember a few months ago you said the U.S. is a rabid dog. Europe must make peace with China now. LOL. That really stuck with me. The European political class is all American lapdogs. It was engineered that way for decades. You guys can't stand up to America. You physically cannot stand up to America. States are so infiltrated with American spies that you're just Americans that can't vote in the American election. Euro cucks are legitimately not an independent. They're just they're honestly white slaves. You do what we say when we say it. And I don't like that. I'm not saying that because I want you to be mad at me. I want you to be mad at your own political class that are all American puppets. That's true of Japan and South Korea as well, obviously. It's New Zealand and Australia. It's not like you guys are any different. Canada, I mean, Trump said he wanted to invade your country and you're not even spending more on the like you're not doing anything to protect yourself against that eventuality. So you pretty much accepted it. You know what the Rubicon is for me? You know what I know we're actually cooked is when the American Anschluss happens. When the American Anschluss happens and Canada gets absorbed, that's when we're in deep shit. Canadian progressives actually mostly oppose arming ourselves or getting nukes. I know, it's very funny. Because you're liberal. Fundamentally, you're liberal. And you like the status quo. You can't conceptualize of a world where you might actually have to fight for anything. It's the people that are the most comfortable with the status quo that are often the most desirous of pacifism. Why would they fight? Everything's going great. What is there to be mad about? And this kind of childlike belief that if you hide under the covers, the boogeyman can't get you. It's also this like pseudo-religious mystical belief that by having weapons, you kind of are, bringing it on to yourself. These same opinions always exist when fascism is growing. When fascism is growing, many liberals default to a pacifistic, and then after being defeated, apathetic. It happens every fucking time.
This narrow stretch of water between the UK and France, at points just 20 miles wide, is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world.
Now CNN can exclusively reveal that there have been ships, ordinary-looking cargo ships, that have sailed right past here with Russian personnel on board who, according to Western intelligence sources, are conducting espionage on behalf of the Russian state. And that includes taking photos of European military installations, they say.
The men on board belong to the Moran Security Group, the sources said, a maritime private security company set up over a decade ago to defend against piracy. Last year, the US sanctioned them for providing armed security services to Russian state-owned businesses. These ships Moran Security are on are not usually Russian, nor are the crew. But they're known as Russia's shadow fleet, as Western authorities believe they secretively serve the Kremlin's interests, like carrying Russian oil despite Western sanctions. We asked Ukrainian foreign intelligence, who have been tracking the group, why they think these men from Moran Security were on board.
For our information, this actual Moran Security Group is connected to Russian Special Service GRU, military intelligence, and is coordinated by them.
He said the men are tasked with keeping an eye on non-Russian captains, but that is not the only role.
They can be involved in covert information gathering during the traveling during the routes of these vessels.
And a job application form on the Moran Security Group's website makes it clear what skills they're looking for, stating preferences given to former officers who have served in Special Forces units, including the GRU. That's Russia's military intelligence agency.
This is literally, by the way, chat, this is literally the exact same thing that happens in the Merchant Marine in America. The exact same shit. We have a veteran hiring preference in America. In fact, you can oftentimes get tax credits for hiring veterans. This is the dumbest, most pathetically stupid fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Oh my God, do you know they have a veteran hiring preference? Oh, why is Google so bad at this? Oh, here we go. Military to Mariner Guide. Guide for the Mariner. When you retire from the military, your next career step is not always clear. Your desire to build on your service experience with a job that uses unique talents. However, finding a post-military job that matches your skill level and expertise can be challenging. Even for those who know what career they want to pursue next, the transition from military service to a new job can be long and tedious. The Military to Mariner program seeks to ease this transition by connecting qualified veterans and active service members with valuable and fulfilling jobs in the maritime industry. Your military sea service can qualify you for a higher position in the U.S. Merchant Marine and allow you to enter that career more quickly. The Military to Maritime Initiative, you'll be on deck before you know it, serving a satisfying, rewarding role in the maritime industry. I mean, like, it's literally right there. Like, we do the same exact shit. This is so fucking dumb, man.
With shipping data and satellite imagery, one of the ship's Western intelligence sources told us Moran Security were recently on board. This ship, the Boracay, is a crude oil tanker. It appears at the port of Primorsk in Russia on September 19th. We obtained the crew list, showing the boat left Primorsk the next day. And after a long list of non-Russian sailors, at the bottom are 2 Russians, listed only as technicians, but Western intelligence sources told us they are Russian contractors, acting in line with the Kremlin's interests, and that one is a former member of Wagner, Russia's most notorious mercenary group. The cargo ship then sailed through the Baltic Sea and around the coast of Denmark. Mysterious drones were seen over Danish military air bases and airports at the same time. After the ship passed Denmark off the coast of France, it was detained by French authorities for not providing proof of the boat's nationality. Even President Putin was following the news.
They were apparently searching for some kind of cargo, maybe military equipment, drones or something similar. There's nothing there, and there never was.
But actually, the 2 Russian men from Moran Security were still on board, according to Western intelligence sources, and the French authorities questioned them in private. They were later let go and the ship sailed on to a port in India, where the ship unloaded Russian oil, according to a maritime analytics firm. CNN was unable to contact the management of the ship. We called Moran Security's deputy director, Alexei Badikov, about the findings. He said, "I am not in a position to confirm whether the 2 men worked for the group," and said it was crazy to suggest the Boracay launched the drones, adding, "If you would like to use drones, you will use fishing vessels or something like that, not from the big oil tanker." When asked about the claim they are spying for the Russian security services or working for the Russian state...
By the way, I gotta say, he's right. I mean, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not gonna imperil a fucking oil tanker with billions of dollars of product. What the fuck are they saying?
He said, no comment. Whatever Moran and Russia are doing at sea, their presence on board these boats is a sign of how brave...
What the fuck are you talking about? They are protecting them from being hijacked because they are fucking billion-dollar ships. We have these kind of guys on all of our ships. What the fuck are you talking about? This is fucking stupid. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I may actually be losing my mind with how dumb the propaganda is getting.
Russia has become in the face of their European neighbors. Katie Poglaze, CNN, Dover.
I don't know what else to say. Oh my God, the Russians are trading with ships and they have security guards on the ships. Chad, I need to watch a video to make me have a good mood. By the way, chat.
Ryan Grimm. Oh, yes, yes.
By the way, chat. Today is the day that I keep my promise. I made a promise to you, chat, that we would have a fun day later, and we will. Gaming is back tonight. Not tonight, today. Today. We are doing gaming. Why? Why are we doing gaming? Because they're paying me a lot of money. Hey, Ness, they're paying me a lot of money. And I said, okay, I will play your video game for 1 hour. Mike, have you noticed all of us saying hot tub? I have noticed that. What game is it? When you see the game, you're going to be like, wait, really? It's going to be fucking hilarious. But here's a hint, and you're never going to guess. Xi Jinping would be happy. All right, let's keep going.
Ryan Grimm's new book is out. yesterday, the title of which I don't have it right in front of me.
It's his follow-up to, I think it's called The Squad. But it's his follow-up to his previous book, which was We've Got People, which is great.
And there's an excerpt out today talking about how, which I hadn't gotten to yet, that AOC, in her over the course of her campaign, or I think after she won the primary, I think it was, and was becoming such a big hit, she was offered $100,000 from AIPAC to start the conversation about how we could support her in the future, and they rejected that funding. And that's just one excerpt. It's a great history. And it gives you, I think, a better understanding of the dynamics that are taking place now and that are going to take place in the coming years. Ryan Grimm was on CNN last night. They were talking about an interview he did with Ted Cruz, who was unabashed in saying, I'm not going to condemn anything Israel does, regardless of all the horrendous statements various have made. In fact, Ted Cruz wouldn't condemn things that even the Israeli government condemned by these speakers. But here is, I think, even the more relevant part, is Grimm on there giving some pushback to...
You guys are never going to guess it. You're never going to guess it.
Aaron, we were talking
some
about
people did guess it correctly.
This yesterday.
Yes, Aaron Burnett, I mean, clearly at CNN, they're trying to push this controversy, this clip that where Dana Bash questioned Pramila Jayapal about sexual violence and claims of sexual violence.
I'll give you another hint. Is extremely mainstream, and when I saw it, I laughed my ass off and said yes, just because of how mainstream it is. I knew it would trigger people. So I was like, yes, I will take all your money.
Against Israeli women by Hamas. And Jayapal condemned it in the clip, and yet Bash persisted a few times in that interview to say, well, why won't you condemn this, essentially, which is it was an effort to smear her and other members of the squad for their continued advocacy for Palestinian rights. And let's also be clear that there have been claims made by Palestinians that they have.
Ark be better, Mike. I like Ark Raiders. What's wrong with Ark Raiders? What are people trying to claim about Ark Raiders? What's wrong with Ark Raiders? I like Ark Raiders. It's a good game, but it's not Ark Raiders. But I do like Ark Raiders. I play that game on my own. Does it have titties? Yes, it has titties. Of course it has titties. Unk Raiders, honestly fair. I'm going to Munich, and then I'll be going to Salzburg, Vienna, and Prague for the honeymoon. Any must-sees? Karl Marxhof. I think you should, first of all, I recommend the Viennese Zoo. It's one of the nicest zoos. It's a fun, it's right integrated in the middle of the city. Super easy to get there, public transit, like everything else in Vienna. I do like, personally, Schönbrunn Palace in general. I think you should just make that a whole day of just exploring that. It's very cool if you like history, stuff like that. I think you should, I mean, the whole first district is really fun to just wander around as a tourist. It's December, which is not when I would go to Vienna, but that's just me.
Been sexually abused or raped in Israeli.
The Rat House usually has ice skating. So there's like ice skating. You should definitely check that out. What else? Oh yeah, the Christmas mock. There's a bunch of them in the city. You missed Krampus Fest. I mean, come on. I just love the museums of Vienna as well.
Prisons, which gets no coverage.
But, we talked about this yesterday. I think like the smearing of them is a second order thing. The idea is, let's talk about this second order. And again, I want to remind you, the by second order, I mean the question of whether feminists are, advocating or protesting in regard of Israel. That is a second order question. The first order question is there was an attack, and Hamas certainly committed war crimes in their assault. There is an argument, technically, that because they're occupied by Israelis under international law. But I think, in terms
you can still commit war crimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they committed war crimes in that instance. And the other first order question is, what are the war crimes that Israel are committing now? Instead, we move it to this sort of meta conversation. And here's Ryan Grimm
and a backwards looking conversation. Look back in the rearview mirror. Don't look to the side or the front where the war crimes are happening right now.
Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, who is the chair of the Progressive Caucus, put out a statement. And it says in part, quote, "Let me be completely clear again that I unequivocally condemn Hamas's use of rape and sexual violence as an act of war. This is horrific, and across the world, we must stand with our sisters."
I want you to understand the reason why we're watching this now is because this propaganda began during the Trump administration and the Biden administration, during the Biden administration. Right? Like, this is 2 years ago, and we face the same exact conversations today. The difference is there is an active censoring program to remove people from mainstream media. This happened a couple years ago. What I want you to understand is that now they're not even bringing on the Ryan Grimms anymore. Now it is just nonstop Zionist after Zionist after Zionist after Zionist. They now say that Miss Rachel is controversial. Miss Rachel is controversial because she says children shouldn't be killed. By the way, Hamas did not use rape as a weapon. That was debunked. It's just not true. Screams Without Words was completely manufactured, and you don't hear people talking about it anymore because the evidence is so poor. Okay, I want to show you something that cheers me the fuck up, which is the new Gatsu video. ICE versus Gestapo. This dropped last week. We didn't watch it, but it's the day after Christmas, and I want our vibes to be up. Israel raped a German journalist abducted from the Freedom Flotilla. Yeah, this is what I want you to understand, chat. But do you see the mainstream media talking about this?
I was part of the Freedom Flotilla as a journalist. I was on the journalist and medical boat, the Conscience, on the way to Gaza this fall. Around 100 nautical miles away from the coast of Gaza, we were intercepted. We were put into prison for 5 days. And in this speech, as a woman, I want to talk about the sexual violence I experienced in prison. I do not want to talk about it just to put the focus on myself, because it is nothing personal, it is nothing individual, and it's nothing that I should be ashamed about. We were transferred from one prison to another, and during the strip searches, I was raped. I'm sharing this to say it again, and not just for me, and not just because I'm the only one that experienced it, because this is not true.
Did we F for a second? Sorry, chat. It's raining in Los Angeles, California. And whenever it rains in Los Angeles, California, there's some sort of blips happen. Even though I am in I have everything backed up to the maximum possible degree. It's raining, so Twitch's servers are in some basement getting water on them.
Sharing it for all the women who experience sexual violence and sexual torture in the prisons, for all the women who have experienced similar horrible things in the prison and probably are experiencing them right now as we're speaking on this conference. I'm speaking on behalf of those who did not survive those attacks, those who cannot speak about it because they are still in prisons. And again, I am not the one that should feel ashamed. It is the Zionist states and its prisons, his guards, who should feel ashamed. But on the other hand, there's nothing else to expect from states like those. A couple of times we heard from Palestinian prisoners, especially from female prisoners, about the situation in the Zionist prison. So what else should we expect from Zionist prisons, from the Zionist fascist states? One thing is very important. It did not break my will. There's so many role models, so many women comrades, so many brave women I take a lot of strength from. And looking back at history, women have always been stronger than that. And I will end my speech with saying this. I will not stop fighting for justice and the end of violence until every woman is free and has received justice. I will not stop fighting until patriarchy does not.
Israelis feel shame? No, they have pride in their crimes. Just like
ICE does the most brutal raids possible, deports people to countries they didn't even come from, deports them to El Salvadorian prison camps where they go missing. They go missing inside the US too. They create concentration camps with worms in the food. A Chinese immigrant was found dead in ICE detention with his hands and feet tied. Injustice anywhere might as well be happening right next to you, because the US is so influential, it will eventually influence your own country too. And me personally, I don't want to see this bullshit in my country. They do these raids because they say these illegal immigrants are criminals. They don't do anything and they take American taxpayer money, which is why they raid places of employment like construction sites.
That was a really good bit. That was a really good bit. I saw that TikTok, that original TikTok. I kind of want to watch it again.
Of employment like construction sites. They're even dangerous. Just look at this mother being detained without a warrant. I'm sure she must be some sort of Al-Qaeda, Hamas terrorist. There are countless videos on the internet. When you work in ICE, you're supposed to arrest people your country doesn't want in their borders by ethnicity. When you work in Gestapo, you are supposed to arrest people your country doesn't want in their borders by ethnicity. Usually needing to have a strong eye to look out for who is good to go and not good to go. The weirdest thing is how they arrest citizens born in America and the ones that got naturalized legally by living in the US for like 15 fucking years. Bro, if you live anywhere for 15 years, you're a local.
A terrified woman flees two men in masks. Leave me alone! It's not a mugging. She's an American citizen being chased by ICE agents who think she's here illegally.
And these people who are deported are sometimes not deported to their own home country, but whatever they look like. Such as when they deported this massive Cuban Trump supporter. I could give you a million guesses and you would never guess where they deported this dude from Cuba to. They deported him to fucking Eswatini. As you can see on this map, there's a very large distance between Cuba and Eswatini. I also want to thank my sponsor for today, CyberGhost VPN. These guys are very popular with over 38 million users worldwide.
The VPN. The VPN.
Cents a month plus 4 months for free, which is 84% off. There's even a 45-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. It's a great product. Also, $2 a month for a VPN is very good. Also, I can personally attest that it has good download and upload speeds, and they have good servers, so they're not like cheaping out on this. By signing up using my link in the description, you can also help me create more videos like this one. And yeah, thank you to CyberGhost VPN for the sponsor. Or how people just randomly get sent to El Salvador, including Venezuelans that got deported from America and then got tortured in the prisons in El Salvador. These people escaped their countries to make money and send money back home because the US ruined their fucking hometowns, ruined all of Latin America completely, overthrowing their governments for fucking bananas, and then after the only way to make money that was left was to immigrate to America, they send them to El Salvador where they are tortured. And you know, with ICE, you have to carry your papers with you showing that you legally can be in the country. So when these officers come up to you to ask you for your papers, you don't get imprisoned. We had a dude doing the same exact thing here in Europe. It was a whole thing where you needed to carry your papers with you at all times. How about an armband as well? So these nice officers don't have to go through the trouble of checking all these people's papers. And even if you carry your papers with you, these motherfuckers will just say your passport is not real and arrest you.
How many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old.
ICE has zero morals. They arrest mothers in front of schools. They give people seizures. They pull guns on people. They shove women to the ground. They pepper spray priests. And this all depends on how you look. And I hope you're ready to get harassed anytime.
From here? What's here? What country? Was you born here? Was you born here, man? What country was you born in?
Remember when liberals used to say like, oh no, they can't do this. They couldn't do this. That was the argument that they were making during the campaign, was that they couldn't do it. And then 7 or 8 Democratic senators voted to fund it. The argument went from, oh, it's so ridiculous, there's no way you could do the Gestapo campaign. Remember that? Remember that argument? And I always told you, yes, they can. Yes, they can do that. Well, here we are. And what are liberals doing? They're voting for it. We can't shut down the government. Our ICE agents won't have any money. They won't be funded. Guys, our poor ICE agents. Our poor ICE agents. They won't be funded if we don't have the government running.
But the best thing is you don't even have to be illegal for ICE to arrest you or minimum harass you. There are so many videos online of Americans getting arrested because they're black or Hispanic. And the reason I care about this so much is because whatever happens in the US happens in the rest of the world too, because it's such an important country. And personally, I don't want to be kidnapped by masked men while I'm being a tourist in like Spain or some shit and I didn't carry my passport with me, because pickpocketing is a 6-figure salary in Spain and I don't want it stolen. I just think ICE is one of the most evil things this world has ever invented. Just randomly harassing people and being this brutal towards them. P.S. Who the fuck does Jeremy Renner think he is? He's literally only known for playing the lamest Avenger, and he allegedly threatened to call ICE on his Chinese girlfriend. Also, there's this video with an ICE agent enjoying his day off.
Wait, is that true? Is that true? Come on, man. Come the fuck on, man.
Drunk as shit with his kids, and he gets arrested by black people and tries to go Hans Landa on the dude, trying to figure out what sort of a black he is exactly.
You don't want to get hit, you don't want you to get hit. That's why I'm trying to do the exercise, that way we can move on. Are you Haitian? That's nothing to do with my wrist, buddy.
My question was, are you Haitian?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he's from. Okay. Look, man.
Because Trump is so into insider trading and crashing the economy on a whim, just to tell then everyone buy the dip, and then...
Meanwhile, so that ICE agent is drunk driving, which kills people. Thousands of people every year are killed by drunk driving. And they're trying to say, like, how dare you pull me over while being Haitian with kids in your truck?
Flex on how much money his friends made. A lot of people have been complaining that the American economy has not been doing so good. And this TikTok of now that Trump is president, we will be able to afford the house did not come into fruition, along with massive public...
One of the things that is happening, chat, is people are no longer moving to red states. That's the thing that's actually wild. You can go look and you can see population of red states is cratering. All the people that moved to like Arizona and Texas and Vegas during COVID because it was cheap, they're fucking leaving. They're fucking leaving. Austin growth is slowing, increasingly driven by international migration as black and Hispanic residents leave. Like, people are fucking leaving. All right, this is the wrong video.
Sector cuts because of fucking Elon Musk. Oh my god, man, this world is a this world is a clown. It is a clown hole. It's a circus. Genuinely is a circus, man. I can't believe Big 25, right? We were supposed to have flying cars. What do we have? Putin, Netanyahu, Trump, and Elon, and AI slop. Oh. Don't forget.
Texas and Florida are projected +4 in the next reapportionment. Yes. Do you understand what projections are different than reality? You know, projections made during the rise at the peak of the COVID migration to like cheap places. Like during COVID, I'll explain to you what happened, chat. During COVID, everybody was stuck at home. And so people said, why don't I just move to somewhere cheap and get a big house and I'll just work from home? Millions of people did that. And they bought up all the housing in Denver and Phoenix and Las Vegas and Austin. And they drove the prices higher. And then people woke up and the COVID pandemic was over and they were like, fuck, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. This sucks. Fuck, I'm in Austin, Texas. This sucks. Fuck, I need to get out of here. And a bunch of people were building, like, you know, there was a big build out of cheap apartment buildings for these places. And then the people realized they fucking suck. So they left. So you have, that's the reality. Now, the problem is places like, places like Los Angeles, they don't build enough apartments because it doesn't pencil out because the land value is so extreme and it's hard to build. So you have to charge, you know, Just to pencil out the loans for construction, you have to charge $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. No one can afford that shit. So we have a locked real estate market. The other thing is there's so much real estate locked in commercial use that's just that's vacant forever. But people hold on because there's speculation value because land values keep going up. So you can borrow against that appreciation in the land value. So people never fucking sell commercial real estate and it sits vacant. I think it's something like a third of commercial real estate in Los Angeles is vacant. So you have some of the highest land values in the world and it's not being used.
Palantir, bro. The co-founder is so funny because you could have any hobby in the world, right? Like, for example, me, I like playing PlayStation, right? And I like Souls-like games. Like, I like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, right? I also like, you know, I don't know, working out and stuff, right? But I can't believe this dude's hobby is talking about the Antichrist, bro. Like, why couldn't you choose anything else as a hobby? Like, you could like traveling or something, right? But no, his hobby is giving lectures about the Antichrist. So many people have been fired from their careers.
And by the way, this isn't my opinion. Here's the facts. Fewer residents moved to Texas from other states. Here's 2024. Do you see this? This is the COVID boom. This is why Austin is getting cheaper again. Because people stopped moving to Texas. You see that? People are like, oh my God, YIMBYism works. No, YIMBYism didn't work in Austin. It is people stopped moving there because and the projection growth was wrong. So they overbuilt, which is good. If you're in Austin, awesome. If you like Austin, good. Prices will be going down there. And this is for the entire state of Texas. Why domestic migration to Texas slowed isn't clear, said Lloyd Potter, the state demographer. But it's possible that many of the people most likely to move to Texas from other states have simply already done so. With domestic migration appearing to slow, Texas will likely rely on international migration to meet its labor needs as the state's economy booms, he said. With a growing economy, we have a growing demand for labor, Potter said, and we're seeing a decline in domestic migration. Well, that labor is probably need to come from immigrants. So in other words, Texas needs immigrants. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. In 2024, a lot of people came from international migrants to Texas. What's the international migration in 2025 gonna be? I mean, Trump, immigration crackdown, this is from October, likely contributing to weak Texas job growth. Texas's strong domestic and international immigration help explains why state job growth outpaces that of the nation. In particular, international migration to Texas surged over the past 3 years, spurring strong state employment growth. In other words, immigration was making Texas's economy strong, but they elected Trump, and so their economy is slowing. Utah's population reaches 3.55 million as growth continues slowing trend. Yeah, Salt Lake City is falling off a cliff because there's a combination of the fact that the Salt Lake was drying up. Although it's been a wet couple years, so is the Salt Lake filling again? Because it's been a wet couple years. Did they get saved by weather? Yeah, see? Salt Lake is rising again, but it's going to need a really big winter to avoid concerns, and they're getting it. This is like one of the wettest years. I think California is now like not in drought. This has been a very wet winter, and the entire West Coast has been getting inundated with water, and there's actually floods. Here's a report about commercial vacancy nationwide. 13.3% of Colorado office space is vacant. Holy fuck. Los Angeles. Holy Jesus Christ. I mean, this is insane. Fucking insane. 20% vacant. That's worse than that's worse than the recession of the 90s or the Great Recession. All right, sorry, I got distracted, chat. Why is iDubbbz being... Wait, what happened?
Anything else as a hobby. Like, you could like traveling or something. Right? But no, his hobby is giving lectures about the Antichrist. So many people have been fired from their careers they've built up for years. But then Donnie comes in. You can join ICE. ICE is the best organization there is.
Bro, I can't even watch UFC anymore. What the fuck is this bullshit, bro?
By the way, you will get a salary of $100,000 with a $50,000 signing bonus. What? Are you out of your fucking mind? I've never even seen $100,000. And this motherfucker is giving this salary out to professional racist kidnappers. You're firing teachers and USAID workers, saving lives to hire more people at ICE. Although it would be very hard to expect anything else from a dude who was referred to as a loyal lapdog by Jeffrey Epstein. After a long day of blowing Bubba, being called a lapdog by evil kid rapists, you just gotta get it out your system and start arresting some mothers. Also, these agents are literally just some dudes. No special training or anything. They just give a dude a gun and tell them to arrest a Mexican. They're not even good at this shit because they keep detaining Americans. If I was in ICE, bro, I'm a professional. I can tell a Norwegian apart from a Swede, and I can even notice if they're around the area by the amount of snus nearby. But this is just my hobby, you know? I don't ruin anyone's lives. Also, they just wear masks, have guns, and never show identification or any sort.
Europeans are prediction. What's this prediction? She should have gone even. First attempt to point figures will be she should have picked Shapiro. She should have gone even further to the right. Then as the night kind of goes on and it's a complete and utter blowout and they see how bad the Democrats are doing in the Muslim and Arab counties in Michigan, and it looks like a historic realignment, and Slotkin is fighting for her life, and the Democrats are staring down the barrel at 45 senators instead of 50, then the reality will start to sink in. And also, this is when all of us will start to feel really bad because Donald Trump will be looking at having a trifecta and the ability to pass whatever bill he wants. And everybody will be screaming about Jill Stein and the libertarian, and it'll be the same old shit. And the reality is, that's the way. Damn, I called it perfectly.
Of warrant. They could just be some random dudes kidnapping you and you would never know until you arrive at the destination in the van. And because ICE doesn't identify themselves, some people just started dressing up in masks and kidnapping people, pretending they are ICE. And they just get away with it. They come up to you, no documents, guns, put you in a van and take you away. Now both Gestapo and ICE have their own camps where they concentrate a lot of people in it. ICE actually built one in Florida and called it Alligator Alcatraz, where the detained people were packed wall to wall in cages, having 32 detainees per cage, and even lawmakers were not permitted to view the entire facility. More than 95% of the detainees were from Latin America. There were maggots in the food, and people had to dig the shit out of the toilets with their bare hands because of the lack of plumbing. And obviously, inhumane treatment and brutality at the camp was common. Not only that, but 1,800 people were detained here, and the whereabouts of about 2/3 of those people could not be determined by their family, lawyers, or journalists. Amnesty International called the facility a human rights disaster and launched a campaign to shut it down because of the unsanitary conditions, lack of medical care, and minimal access to lawyers, and the family not knowing where their fucking family were. Also, there were reports this concentration camp cost $450 million and got flooded in a day. Now, I know this video devolved into comparing the aura of the Gestapo and ICE, but I can make this joke. Stalin was Georgian and we fought the Nazis, so I can make fun of the enemy. Also, I did get checked by the American Border Force too, so I can make fun of them as well. With that being said, comparing aura of the Gestapo and ICE is like comparing a nuclear bomb to a kid with bad lungs, which does usually happen to be ISIS targets. These dudes cover their faces because they are afraid to be cancelled online and be doxxed. What are you, bro? Dream? They are so proud of their...
The edits are so dense.
It's so dense. Every single image has so many things going on.
That's how I feel every time I'm watching a Gatsu edit. The density of the memes.
Their jobs, that they cover their faces. And if anybody got a problem with what I'm saying, my name is Willy Sagnol and I am the head coach of the Georgian football team. It's so amazing how technology has advanced so far, right? We all have phones, computers, debit cards, Ubers, and social media. With this AI company, Palantir, cooperating with ICE on locating and catching these people to deport them. You know, back then, the Gestapo had to keep tabs on all these unwanted people with lists and stuff. stuff had to go through the trouble of locating them, but now there is no need because Palantir does all the work for them. They're even lazier than the Gestapo, man. I can't fucking believe this. I'm very interested in how Zoran will deal with ICE in New York because I don't think New Yorkers will take ICE lightly. I hate this shit and I don't want to see it around the world. It's just brutality based off race. It has nothing to do with being illegal or anything, and I don't want them to set the precedent for the entire world to start doing stuff like this because America, Russia, Israel are all about kidnapping people.
Did you see who that was, chat? Did you see our king? Did you see the king? He
with being illegal or anything, and I don't want them to set the precedent for the entire world to start doing stuff like this because America
guys, it's Dan Henschel. Or is it Henschel? It's Dan Henschel. Henschel, right? How do you pronounce it? Dan Henschel. Henschel. He's one of my faves, dude. He's so fucking funny.
Russia, Israel are all about kidnapping people now. We talked about America this entire video. There are extremists protesting in Israel for the right to the people they kidnap, and Russia decided to go one level above everything and start kidnapping tens of thousands of kids and giving them away on a website where you can filter them by hair color, eye color, age and behavior, with around 20,000 kids being abducted. One of the most famous Ukrainian bands, Dacha Bracha, made a music video too about the kidnapped Ukrainian children that have still yet to return to their homes. It's on the United 24 channel. You can check it out if you want. It's pretty sad, and I hope this worldwide bullshit ends for everyone. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye. Don't forget to click on the description link to get the special discount CyberGhost VPN is granting to my channel users. This application will protect your data.
Okay, we got it. We got CyberGhost VPN. He posted his Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Get to the chopper! 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 Get to the chopper!
Fuck, he's good, dude. He has his new character. It's called Chad Claus. Chad Claus is his new character he's working on. Santa's Nepo baby.
What's up, y'all? I'm Chad Claus. And yes, Santa Claus is my dad. But I don't really talk to him very much anymore because he's too busy choking on applesauce in a nursing home in Nova Scotia. So that's what your precious jolly feller is up to these days. They wanted me to make a YouTube video because we're trying to increase our social media presence. Presence? We have got presence. You're probably wondering why it's, sorry, I was up very late last night, spreading Christmas cheer all over.
I'm sorry, chat. We're not going to go down a Dan Henschel react stream, but he is a genius. I wanted to give you all a link to Gatsu's newest video, The King. All right, where the fuck were we? Oh, God, dude. Elizabeth Warren. Find somebody who loves you as much as Majority Report loves Elizabeth Warren. They'll love you for no reason at all, and no matter what shit you do wrong. Oh, we've got adult Lunchables. Adult Lunchables today. Yeah, no big deal. I really want to tell people about this, but I won't. I really want to tell people about this, but I won't. Fuck, man. I'm not. All right, let's keep going. Find someone who loves you like Majority Report loves Elizabeth Warren, because You will have absolutely no standards in your behavior. They'll boost you.
Let's
they'll
talk
prop you
about
up.
what private equity is, and particularly like distinguish it, because this notion of you can make money by buying a company or buying an enterprise, and your ability to make money is not just untethered from the health of that enterprise, but in fact may be in direct inverse proportion or relationship to the health of that company. So first, distinguish for us private equity from like venture capitalists. Those two things I think get confused, and they're different because they have different essentially interests or agendas.
Yes, I get tagged in stories online all the time of a venture capital disaster, and I'm like, okay, so different. So I mean, the most obvious difference is that venture capital is taking a stake in a company. Private equity is generally acquiring companies wholesale. So that means whereas a venture capitalist might get a board seat, the private equity firm has full control over every company decision. And so that's like a really serious, important difference. And the way venture capital is set up, venture capital is out looking for unicorns, right? The only way for them to succeed is for enough of their companies to be really successful. They can stomach all sorts of disasters as well because they're playing a hits game. But what they're
It's like a roulette. They're playing roulette, and they're hoping that one of those 10 bets comes in and lands.
Correct.
And it's going to pay for the rest of the bets, and it's going to pay and more.
Yes, but that bet landing requires that company being successful. In private equity, I'll take Toys R Us as an example because it's the first story in my book. The private equity firms in charge of Toys R Us took out $5 billion in loans to buy Toys R Us, and they were not legally responsible for paying those loans back. Only Toys R Us itself was. So the result was when, after several years of private equity ownership, Toys R Us went under, none of the employees got severance. They were promised severance in their contracts, but they weren't given severance because they were too low down on the creditors list during the bankruptcy.
Yep.
And KKR and Bain Capital, the two private equity firms in charge, both walked away from the life of that deal making a profit.
Okay, I want to walk people through this because this is a leverage buyout, and this concept.
You may have heard that Toys R Us went bankrupt, but it wasn't because Toys R Us wasn't a store that was working well. It was working really well and profitable. But then Mitt Romney's Bain Capital bought it with a leveraged buyout. I need to explain to you guys leveraged buyouts. I do it like every year. I think I eventually get back to this topic again. But there's enough new people here. But basically, a leveraged buyout is where you borrow money to buy a company and the company owes that money, not you. Does that make sense? You are a capitalist. You see Toys R Us is making a nice profit every year, but that Toys R Us doesn't have a lot of debt. Toys R Us is a mature business. They're not looking to expand really, but they just kind of make, 10, 15, 20% profit from selling toys. They have their employees. They make a decent salary. They get a small raise every year. Company's doing well. It's making money. It doesn't have a lot of debt. What a leverage buyout is, you as a capitalist, you see that. You go, wow, Toys R Us making a lot of money. Doesn't have a lot of debt. You go to bankers and you say, I want to buy Toys R Us. And they go look at Toys R Us's balance sheet and they go, we think Toys R Us could afford to pay for $5 billion worth of debt. And so you say, they give you the $5 billion, you buy Toys R Us, and Toys R Us, you gain control of Toys R Us, and Toys R Us is now obligated to pay that $5 billion back to the bank. So now Toys R Us used to be a profitable company, but now it has $5 billion of debt. And that $5 billion of debt was not used to make a Toys R Us a better store. It was not used to do a marketing campaign to get more people in the doors. It was not used to open, expand their video game collection or go into a new area of retail or open a single new store. It's just Toys R Us now owes an additional $5 billion, but you control it now. And so, since you're the manager of Toys R Us, you deserve to be paid a manager's salary, right? So Toys R Us not only has to pay the $5 billion to the bankers, they're also paying you millions of dollars because you're the new boss. And slowly over time, Toys R Us is now in an extreme financial pressure. If anything happens, the company can't borrow any more money because they've already borrowed as much as they can to buy themselves. As soon as the deal goes through, you as a venture capitalist, you pay yourself, oh, I deserve 10% of the deal. So now you get $500 million as a fee. And people will tell you this is economically efficient and good for the economy.
I explained this leverage, but because Joanne Fabrics just went under in a very similar situation. And I had to explain to my kids who, various crafters, I had to explain what went on. And they just looked at me like, what? Because they're like, literally, my 12-year-old son said, how is that legal? Yeah. And they take out a loan to buy the company, and then they make the company responsible for the loan. Mm-hmm. Then they extract all the value out of the company, whether that's real estate assets or, the machinery or whatever. I mean, they don't always do this one, but this is broadly the formula. Yeah. They screw the company. They take their fees, they take their profits from whatever they're working on and whatnot. Meanwhile, the company is struggling to pay back this debt. Then it can't. Then it goes into bankruptcy. Yeah. Then they owe, the pension for the workers. They owe these creditors. The private equity guys are like, well, that's the corporation. It's not us. Yes. And they walk away with all the money. And they've basically extracted it. It's insane. That's insane. Exactly right.
So in the case of Toys R Us, it wasn't only that Toys R Us was buried under $5 billion of debt. The private equity firms in charge also sold off all of their real estate, as you mentioned. So Toys R Us historically had owned almost all of its own real estate, at least in the US. So now all of a sudden they're paying rent on the exact same land they until recently owned outright. Proceeds from those real estate transactions are obviously going to line the pocket of the private equity firms. And so it's just not that hard for a private equity firm to make money off of a company it owns while driving the company into the ground.
That's what they saw, right? They saw that real estate assets and they said, like, this is a one-time payout. Yes. We can grab that. We can put that in our pockets. And the bankruptcy won't happen until we are basically safely have put that cash in our pockets.
Well, and it's not even just a one-time payout, because in a lot of cases, they strike sweep.
By the way, chat, this is just a legalized version of what the mafia used to call a bust out. That's what this is. Like, they showed a bust out in The Sopranos, where basically there's this guy who owns a local outdoors store. He goes to Tony Soprano's poker game, and he's a bad poker player, and he gets himself into a lot of debt to Tony Soprano. And he starts missing payments. So Tony Soprano comes and becomes a partner in his store. And what do? They go around and they buy as much stuff as they can from vendors as possible on credit. They get all the merchandise. They steal it from the store. They sell it for super cheap, below cost, so they could get a bunch of money out. And then once they have their money, this guy is left with a store that's completely upside down, and he goes bankrupt and he loses everything. But they made their profit by fucking overall. So who loses? The guy and all the vendors. And all the employees of the store are all out on their ass. Meanwhile, the mafiosos walk out with all the money.
Deals with the people they've sold the real estate to, such that they're taking a cut of the rent payments. So they're really
profitable. They sell the land to themselves for under market rate or whatever, a sweetheart deal. Pocket the proceeds of that with one hand. With the other hand, they take rent from their company.
Yeah, or even if they're not selling the real estate to themselves, they may be selling it to someone with whom they have a very, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of relationship. So in hospitals, for example, there's a company called Medical Properties Trust that's based in Alabama that I'm just fascinated by. They are not them.
Here they go. Here we go. It's the bust out.
Hey, pal, with the rum lotion. Put 3 cases of that in my car.
That's not a mistake. No, I want another 14 gross of the model number 4784. Plastic picnic. Just ship them. I'll worry about selling.
Fuck blue. Rent sells. Put that on the store tab.
He says take 3 gross of the blue coolers. He'll give us a price on the red.
Well, fuck that. He's never getting paid anyway.
They gotta be all red. Yeah, just do it, please. We'll get chicken and peppers.
I don't fucking work to move some picnic coolers. Coolers are like scissors. Everybody wants. Nobody has a fucking idea how much they cost. You put a Nigerian out on the street, have him sell these for a couple, $3 a piece. Who's not gonna say fuck it?
Davey, how we doing with that Berkshire airline ticket?
Want to raise a red flag with the travel agency? A sporting goods store charges airline tickets in bulk?
You say it's a promotional device. You know, customer of the year, salesman of the month, that kind of thing. Don't worry about it. You put it on different lines of credit.
Yeah, but all of a sudden I'm ordering all this weird shit. I mean, picnic coolers, Ramlosa water. When's one of these vendors gonna realize I'm never gonna pay him and call the cops?
Well, your fucking credit runs out, Diamond Jim. Until then, get on the fucking horn and order. Unless you're ready to pay us the principal you owe us.
Get back on the phone, Davey.
Themselves a private equity firm, but they are the favored real estate partner of every private equity firm in hospitals. So, of course, all of these big firms have cozy relationships with Medical Properties Trust, where they get bonuses for orchestrating the deal to MPT instead of to some other real estate investment trust. And so they get the proceeds from selling the land, but they also get, you know, little transaction bonuses because Medical Property Trust is their pal.
It's just this dynamic. People have to understand they're doing this with like almost every vet you go to now. And now that we should say that's one model of the extraction, which is the full, we're just going to suck the entire lifeblood out of this. There's other models, and let's go through this. You mentioned Liz from Toys R Us, and the employees lost their pension. And she was someone who was so dedicated to Toys R Us that she had a tattoo of the logo. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe.
And this reality where everything is a scam
Button
is exactly why America's on its last fucking legs. Nobody's opening the new fucking Toys R Us. It's a bunch of scammers ripping the pipes out of the fucking walls. That's why commercial real estate is fucking empty everywhere, because no one can afford to open a new store. What kind of sucker makes a new store? Pokemon card scalpers are the trickle-down version of average Joe's try to be P. Personally, I know there's probably at least mathematically, there's probably a couple of you who do shit like Pokemon card scalp. I want you to understand that if I find you, we're not going to have a good time. What the fuck is this?
Why did Bob the Builder build the Berlin Wall? Bob the Builder is perhaps known for completing some of the most controversial building projects of the modern era. Born in 1906 in a small English town, Bobbert would take up an interest in construction at a young age, as he one day dreamed of making foremen. While studying for his forklift exam as a teenager, Bob the Builder became radicalized by Marxist ideology that had crept its way into many general warehouse logistics manuals. Now a full-blown communist, Bob the Builder would end up defecting from Britain to Russia just before the Soviet Union was established at the 1922 Comic-Con. During the Second World War, Bob the Builder personally managed the production of the Soviet T-34, and his efficient production of the tank allowed for a critical victory for the Red Army at the Battle of Kursk. Rewarded for his efforts in World War II, Comrade Stalin gifted Bobbert control of the East German state-run construction company, and he was tasked with fixing the war-torn Germany. Bob the Builder started a propaganda campaign in Berlin, where he worked hard using taxes to fill the holes with cement, so that no one would curse the government. Throughout the early 1960s, Bob began losing some of his best foremen to the capitalist West Berliners, who offered more competitive wages and dental insurance. Angered because he couldn't afford to give his workers dental, Bob the Builder began constructing a big beautiful wall around West Berlin to keep the capitalist pigs from poaching his laborers. The Berlin Wall escalated tensions between the USSR and the USA, and it would stand for almost another 30 years.
Why did Bob the Builder build the Berlin Wall? That's a great question, chat. Gen Z greedy corporations, chat. Are Gen Zers starting to wake up?
House the other day to go buy Pokemon packs. Instead of sitting at home and sleeping like a Snorlax. But when I got home, no packs were left. Cause scalpers bought them like intellectual theft. Why when I go to a store to get cards, none are there? Because here are people on the internet selling them like they're wares. All these scalpers making the hobby hard. I'm just trying to play Pokemon cards. House the other day to go.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm a big enemy. I hate scalping. I think scalping is scumbag behavior. I think it's fucking scumbag behavior. I'm not gonna lie. I despise it. And I think it should be taxed at like an extremely high rate. Like I'm talking about like 70, 80%. And the reason why I say that is a scalper is a pure parasite. Because the money is not like, say for example, you invent something that's super valuable and you don't realize the demand because there is an informational gap between the inventor and the consumer market, because that's how reality works. And you price it at a level that is below what, you know, the market clearing price would be. That would be a boon to the consumers. The consumers would gain, they would profit. Seeing that you can't keep anything in the stores at that price, you would then have a price signal set to the producer. This is basic econ 101. And they would go, oh, I could need to increase the price, which will allow me to produce more, right? I will raise the price and I will be able to produce more. Now, in a scalper situation, the scalper is the one who is capturing the surplus instead of the consumers. So instead of the consumers of the product having more money and therefore more ability to buy the product when it reships, all of their surplus gets absorbed by the scalper. When the producer produces more, there's less money among those that are demanding the product because it's already been sucked up by the scalper. This is loss because there's no utility gained, and you basically have a worthless middleman that serves no economic function. Now, all sorts of libertarians try to come up with excuses for why scalping is actually good, but it's all horseshit. You can't blame the scalper without blaming the forced rarity of certain items you could only obtain by random chance. I don't want to get into that because it's not actually true. That's actually not related. You're doing a basic error, right? Like if I print 1,000 Pokemon cards and one in that 1,000 is the Pikachu card, and I sell all the cards at the same price, and you don't know which card you're gonna get when you buy it, and somebody gets lucky to get the Pokemon, the price of all the cards is based on the chance of getting the Pokemon. You understand that? That's integrated in the price when I sell it. When I sell it for $1, the chance that there is a Pikachu in there is in that price of the undiscovered card. If somebody actually discovers a Pikachu, then the value will collapse when it's been discovered, right? And then it goes into that value, right? And the price of the other undiscovered cards will decline. If the one Pikachu is found, the price of the other cards goes down. A scalper doesn't change any of that. Okay, the scalper does not change any of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? The scalper in the situation I was talking about is absorbing surplus. So just because something is random chance does not mean that the scalper is now somehow helping the situation. It doesn't help the situation. Like you're not understanding the difference. I don't know if I explained it well. I'm kind of dumb. Explain the difference between a scalper and a mouse wheel kettle user. Nothing except, well, actually there is a big difference. There is no artificial scarcity in mouse macros or having a turbo button. Everybody can go to their mouse's fucking software and do a click macro. But a scalper can physically take the only Pokemon card. A scalper necessitates alienation. A scalper it necessitates market failure, whereas the kettle macro is not that. Now, I think what you're trying to say is that you shouldn't blame the scalper just like you shouldn't blame the kettle macroer. And what I was saying is that analogy doesn't work because developers of the game should change the fucking game to cap the fire rate of semi-automatic guns in the game, knowing that people are going to macro it. So it should be balanced off of being macroed, not balanced based off of the idea that people are not going to macro or turbo button it. Whereas for the scalping, information is going to be asymmetric. There's always going to be some people that want to buy a product who know less about the product being released than scalpers. So the allocation of the product has to be better to be anti-scalper, and we should create laws against scalpers. From roughly 1985 to 1993, comic book speculation reached its highest peaks. This boom period began with publication of titles like Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, and Watchmen, and summer crossover epics like Crisis on Infinite Earths and Secret Wars. Once aware of this niche market, the mainstream press focused on its potential for making money. Features appeared in newspapers, magazines, and television shows detailing how rare, high-demand action comics such as Action Comics 1 and Incredible Hulk 181, the first appearances of Superman and Wolverine, respectively, had sold for thousands of dollars, with Action 1 breaking the $1 million mark. During this time, mainstream comic book publishers began to pander specifically to the collector's market. When a comic was polybagged, the collector had to choose between either reading the comic book or keeping it in pristine condition for potential financial gain, or buying 2 or more copies to do both. God. In truth, very few of the comics produced in the early 90s have retained their value in the current market, with hundreds or thousands, or in several prominent cases, over 10 million copies produced of certain issues. The value of these comics has all but disappeared. Hot comics like X-Men 1 and Youngblood 1 can today be found selling for under $1 a piece. Veteran comic book fans pointed out an important fact about the collector's market that was largely overlooked by speculators. Popular Golden Age comic books were valuable because they were genuinely rare. Since comic books were originally marketed to children and not viewed as collectible until much later, most Golden Age comics didn't survive to the present era. And before the 90s, comic books were typically printed on cheap paper stock that aged very poorly. As a result, popular comic books published from the 40s through the 60s are extremely difficult to find and thus highly prized by collectors. Anyway, fuck scalpers. Eat my shit. My daughter got really into Pokemon cards and played Pokemon TCG. It was something we would bond over. I won a booster box of cards and got sad when we pulled a good card. She said she didn't say, "Oh, cool, Pikachu." She said, "Wow, that card's $250. Ugh. That's like having a child saying, like, they turn to you and they say, "Girls wear pink and boys wear blue." And you're just like, ugh.
The other day, I woke up to 2 things. 1, scammers still hitting my line, this time with some shady-ass job offers. 2, the realization that the prices for some things are so damn high, you would have thought April Fools came early. At first, I thought to myself, inflation must really be messing with everyone right now, huh? When I started to realize that this may not be a matter of inflation, but rather some companies just getting straight up greedy. Back in the day, companies used to practice this thing I like to call giving a f***, in which they would actually care about their customers, or at the very least, try to pretend they do. However, we're now approaching 2026, in which I'm learning some companies clearly couldn't give a f*** about their consumers, and at this point, they ain't even trying to hide it. Recently, it's become a trending topic that computer parts, specifically RAM and graphics cards, are costing cartoonishly large amounts. For any of y'all niggas who aren't familiar with computers, the RAM is basically the part that actually lets the CPU, aka the brain of the PC, do shit without blowing up, and the GPU, or the graphics card, helps the computer process any visuals. In other words, they're both extremely important, except that never mattered. Because barely even 1 year ago, you can get 2 sticks of RAM for roughly $100. I dare you to try and do some shit like that today. You'll be paying damn near 5 times the price. And literally a couple days ago, Nvidia came out saying they're expecting to cut their graphics card production by 40% in 2026. So if you're anything like me and your PC isn't the newest, you better hope that bitch don't give out soon, because you may genuinely have to sell a limb to buy a new one in the future. And to absolutely no one's surprise, we all know who's to blame again. Since there's only a few manufacturers who are actually responsible for producing a majority of these parts, due to AI's recent boom, for some reason they all collectively thought it was a good idea to shift its production from being consumer-based to just corporate-based. Cause I mean shit, when a small percentage of people hold the majority of the wealth, you may as well cater to them cause they fit to pay you more, right? Like, that means these niggas sat down at a meeting and it went something like,
"Yeah, bro, the AI boom right now is massive. Lots of money to be made. Yeah, I agree. We should definitely try to make a monumental pivot here and really capitalize while we can. Definitely a great time to leverage our position.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But what about the consumers and the people who have been buying these products for years?
I think we should launch this tomorrow. Great idea, Phil. I'll start working on the deliverables.
But don't get it confused though, because it ain't just the tech companies that have the gatekeeping badge on Hall of Fame. The FIFA World Cup is expected to start in 2026, but instead of ordering your tickets off the website, you're probably better off starting at the bank, making sure your credit score is good enough so you could take out a loan just in case you actually wanted to go watch a damn game. A couple weeks ago, I was at my dentist, in which she had told me I needed to take an advanced x-ray so we could get a better insight on what's going on with one of my teeth.
A couple hundreds of dollars is what it's gonna cost you.
A couple hundreds of bucks, and I have to take it, doc? Like, there's absolutely nothing else I could do?
Well, if you want to actually figure out what's going on, you have no choice. We need more information.
So nonetheless, I set an appointment, pulled up to the x-ray spot, and went on with the procedure. When I'm walking out of the room...
This isn't the first time RAM prices were colluded on. Same thing happened in the early 1Ks or 2Ks, even 2000s. I mean, Adam Smith says it himself in The Wealth of Nations. Capitalists meet together and they collude and they fight against competition. It's lesson fucking 2 of The Wealth of Nations, which is really amazing because a lot of people will tell you how much they love Adam Smith and they never read the motherfucker. Dell and Lenovo may limit mid-range laptops to 8 gigs. Oh my God. I got 64 gigs, chat. I got 64 gigs. We drowning in it. I bought it when it was cheap. I got 64 gigs. No, I'm kidding. That's fucking terrible. What the fuck are you doing? What the hell is happening? We are actually legitimately seeing the world get worse. We're provably seeing the world get worse. For the longest time, the capitalists may be like, yeah, sure, you may not be able to afford a home or healthcare or college, but your computer is cheaper. Look how much better the phone is than it used to be. The computer is cheaper. The phone is cheaper. The TVs are cheaper. And that was a strong point. You'd be like, you know what? You're right. Electronics have gotten better and more efficient and cheaper over time. That is true. And now they've destroyed the one fucking thing capitalism was doing right. Cheaper computers. They've destroyed the one fucking thing that they had.
Back towards the receptionist, I let her know I'm ready to pay, but instead of her handing me a POS machine with my sales total, she directs me back to the same big ass screen I had to use to check in.
Okay, so your total is going to be $260, and you'll get your results 4 months from now in April.
4 months from now?
That is correct, sir, but if it's an emergency, you can select our rush option to get your results sooner and pay $25 to get it in 10 business days, $50 to get it in 2, or $100 to get them ASAP.
What the f? Ignore the fact that my results are sitting behind a damn paywall. Who the hell has ever went to take an x-ray to get the results 4 months later? What the hell is going on? These companies love doing this thing where they know their products or services are in demand, so they just gatekeep or hold certain things above your head, because what are you gonna do? Not pay? For some reason, as time goes on, companies continue to use the Hall of Fame strategy, give you something and just take it away, or in most cases, jack the prices up completely, causing the most inconvenient changes that never fail to ruin your entire fucking day. But there's always levels to this shit. On the smaller scale, you can pull up to the grocery store, and if you're anything like me, depending on what you're buying, you'll actually hit the no-name section because it's usually cheaper, is what I thought. When it's time to buy one of your favorite bags of chips, you notice the price is quickly going from $1 to $2, which isn't much of an issue. You know, it's so far only increased about 50 cents. Until you look to your left and realize they're now selling a Halloween trick-or-treating size of a fucking bag for the exact same dollar you used to pay. You could make use of the store's multi-save option, because for some reason everyone and their mama has this feature now, except you now have to buy 3 entire bags of chips to save one singular dollar. That's it. $1. And I don't know what the hell you need 3 bags of chips for. And if you're more of the nigga who only messes with name brand items, you can go buy Pringles. Not only do the chips barely fill the can anymore, but they've also become circles for some reason. What the hell are we doing, bruh? If you go buy orange juice, you're paying the exact same price, except the bottle is now 11% smaller for some reason. Like, I'm talking, if you ever went to go buy Tropicana's orange juice prior to 2024, you would be paying around $4 for that 52-ounce bottle. Now you're still paying that $4, just getting the 46-ounce bottle instead. Something we like to call shrinkflation. Your favorite candy has increased its price by 150% despite the box being the exact same size. Hell, they don't even got new flavors on the shelf. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But remember, this is just being at the grocery store. If we go back to that same scale and move up a bit, we'll find more companies doing the exact same shit. Back in the day, if you were to subscribe to Netflix's lowest plan at around 10 bucks a month, you got everything. Unlimited ad-free streaming, TV shows, even some mobile games. But in today's time, fuck no. Since then, they've not only gotten rid of that option completely, but when you subscribe to the lowest plan, you're not only riddled with ads, but you also don't even get access to every show or movie. What? I'll never forget the time I was watching a show with one of my boys in which out of nowhere the screen just disappeared for some reason. Hey, bro, I thought you paid for Netflix. Bro, the only way you can use Netflix is by paying, bro. So then what the hell is this ad I'm seeing on the screen, bro? Bro, I can only afford the option with ads, bro. And if you're one of the niggas who never really mess with Netflix like that, there's tons of other streaming services out there. You know, you could just use Disney Plus instead. Until you learn that their lowest plan also starts with ads at around 10 bucks a month. Disney Plus ain't work for you? Don't worry, you can head over to Paramount Plus. Oh wait, they also do the exact same fucking thing. Amazon's Prime Video exists, and they don't necessarily charge you a plan that has ads. Instead, they've given you the common courtesy of including them by default. However, if you don't want to have ads at all, you can simply upgrade your package by subscribing to their ad-free add-on. Oh my god. See, in the past, the idea of subscribing or paying for a streaming service and still getting ads could genuinely be considered criminal. However, in today's time, I'm starting to realize that it's become the new normal. Crazy. And if we move up the scale again, we've now reached the inconveniency peak, in which niggas are genuinely building supercomputers so big, it's affecting the air quality for the people that live in that area. Excuse me?
This center, called Colossus, requires massive amounts of water and energy to power. And when the Memphis grid was unable to offer sufficient power, Musk installed more than 30 turbines pumping out methane gas.
It's also this horrible kind of...
Not wind turbines. Natural gas and diesel turbines.
Sulfurous smell in the air which hits the back of the throat.
It's so bad, residents don't want to open their windows.
We breathe in this air every day.
Did everything behind closed doors. Who moves to another state and can start building a power plant without pulling out a single piece of paper?
You're telling me motherfuckers have gotten so greedy it's becoming a luxury to breathe? Before you know it, they finna start charging people an air quality plus subscription package, because otherwise motherfuckers are just gonna be puffing in toxins their entire life.
That's what it's like in India. In India, rich people literally have industrial air purifiers for their homes and offices.
As both Black Friday and Cyber Monday have recently passed and the holidays are right around the corner, this also means it's right around the time for prices to start dropping and sales to start commencing, is what they say. But it's gotten to a point where shit don't even be going on sale no more. They just be putting that word there for fun.
Oh.
$14. Regular price. $7. Interesting.
Now it's $13. But the Black Friday deal is $6.
At what point is the ref gonna step in and do something, dude? They be like,
the ref is corrupted. You put the corrupt pieces of shit in power. What do you said you wanted the government to be run by businessmen, so they're running it for their business. What, you thought they were gonna run it for your benefit, dumb motherfucker?
Black Friday sale, holiday season discounts.
And then the item you're buying is the exact same fucking price. What was always so funny about these sales is when you had to actually be the nigga who was endorsing them. Like, I remember back when I was working retail, holiday season was always one of the most important times of the year. So every time a higher up would visit, they would make sure that all the billboards, postings, and fucking price tags were all up to date. But as I would be updating the signage, it ain't take long to realize that there was no sale at all. It was the exact same buy one, get one 50% off that was there the entire year. And to absolutely no one's surprise, eventually the customers would start to catch on, forcing you into some of the worst interactions of all time.
Hey, excuse me, do you work here?
Yeah, I do work here.
Great, so then perhaps that means you can tell me why the hell it says holiday sale and it's been the exact same promotion for the last 3 years,
Hey, bro, I just work here.
Hey,
dog.
so that's not good enough. That's not gonna cut it. I need answers. Matter of fact, where's your manager? Let me talk to your manager.
All in all, we gotta be living in one of the greediest of timelines. We got
We
hella
are.
companies that are straight gatekeeping our access to things. Motherfuckers making the most inconvenient of changes. Sales tactics that don't actually consist of any sales at all. Blah, blah, blah. Corporate greed is genuinely at an all-time high. I mean, you tell me, do you think the reason why corporations are so greedy nowadays is because they aren't making enough? Or is there no such thing as enough, and that's why it seems like they're always hungry? I gotta cut this shit off again, man. I'm starting to sound crazy again, bro.
The Kings, man. Gen Z might be okay, dude. I think Gen Z might be okay. This is getting a subscription out of me. Where's Dave? Where's Dav? Yo, let me hit you with a little bit of that Communist Manifesto. You just gotta hit that shit once, and it'll all be clear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 10:30, and you know what that means? It means it's time for Mike. I made a promise this year that I would game on stream, and today is the day. Now it is happening. Mike Gaming is happening right now because for some reason, Marvel Rivals has decided to pay me a lot of money to play the game. Now, that's another way of saying we're going into the sponsored segment of the stream, and you should understand that I like Marvel Rivals. I am actually a Marvel Rivals enjoyer. This is true. I've played a lot of Marvel Rivals. I think I've got, let me see. Let me open up. Let me boot my Steam up. Let me see. Marvel. Oh, fuck. I need to update. Shit. Okay, hold on, chat. We're updating. We're updating Marvel Rivals. And while Marvel Rivals is updating, go ahead and hit these buttons. I have to do a couple things real quick to make my stream. I have to turn on auto mod settings. Okay, turn on auto mod. Apparently I need to do level 2. Some moderation. Save. Okay. I like Marvel Rivals. Mike takes sponsorships from good games unlike Hassan who just plays Ubisoft. Okay, listen. No negative comments about the game. Okay? I'm trying to be a sellout here, okay? I'm trying to be a sellout. So, let's see here. Activate. Okay, go to stream manager. Okay. Sponsorship tools. Okay. Enable channel skin. Okay, we're activate that while in the wrong category. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're figuring it out. I need to change the category. I haven't changed my category in so long. Marvel Rivals. Okay. All right, we're doing it. Let's see. We go over here. Enable channel skin. Enable channels. I'm not in chatting. I changed the category. I'm in Marvel Rivals. Yo. Okay, we're reopening it. Enable channel skin. It won't let me do it. Try ending and restarting. Are you insane? I'm not ending stream. I'm not ending stream. I get paid based on how many of you are here. Okay, it started. Yay! I got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's get the let's turn this off. We don't want to have any politics on the stream. All right. Let's start Marvel Rivals. Oh, baby. Am I expensive? Yes. I'm extremely expensive, but this game is not expensive. Hashtag ad. Because all the heroes are free to play. Okay, what happened? Okay, it's starting. Confirm. All right. Hold on, let me just check one thing. I'm gonna make sure I'm not over. I need to make sure that I'm not over. Hey, we don't want. Say again. What? Okay. Sorry, I should turn that off. Okay. This is proper selling out because the game is good. Okay, good. Now we can launch. I was making sure we were not overly. No ads on this stream. We're gonna have to turn this off. Hold on. This is a lie now because we're doing an ad. We're doing an ad. Okay. We are doing an ad, so that's not true. So we're doing an ad now. Okay, let me get my game capture going. Capture specific window. Capturing Marvel Rivals. It's not showing it. Hold on, let's go there. Hold on. Okay, we're playing Marvel Rivals. Theo! Say again? Okay, beautiful. We did it. Okay, we did it, chat. Here we are. And the beautiful, the amazing gaming stream of Marvel Rivals. Hold on, let me just shrink my camera down. Let me just shrink myself down so I'm not over the game, okay? Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let me read the ad here. Okay, hold on. All right, are we ready? Okay, beginning now. Everybody, this stream is currently sponsored by Marvel Rivals. Wow. Thank you, Marvel Rivals, for paying me money to promote your game. This game, chat, is made in China. I don't know if you know that. This game is made in China, and it is really fun. I have actually spent like 100 some hours in this game myself before I was ever paid. Marvel's Rivals Season 5.5 launches with Rogue joining the hero roster, and all the heroes are free to play. And the game keeps leveling up with non-stop updates, new heroes, new team-ups, new costumes. Don't miss all the new content that has dropped just last month. So there's so much more content coming on. It's amazing. This is the Rogue update. Wow. Who the fuck is this loser? Who would want to be this redheaded loser? Oh. Yeah, I was plat. Well, last time I played the game, back in season 3.5. I haven't been able to play lately, but go ahead and continue. Oh, okay. He started me at silver too. Somebody asked me earlier. Thank you. I got that. Oh, Blade. I am a big fan of Blade, chat. You should go back and watch the movie Blade. It holds up so fucking well. The other thing, chat, is I would ask you to stay in the stream so that I get paid a lot of money. I want you to understand something, chat. That when you watch this content and you download this game, you are helping the stream. Remember that. Remember that. And I would not do this unless it was worth it. Just remember that. FN Masochist, thank you for the 10 tier 1s. And it's a game that I already play. I would never, ever, ever recommend something to you that I don't legitimately think is good. You know what I mean? Like, I really wouldn't. I do actually like this game quite a lot. Who's my main? I have the worst main in the history of the planet, Iron Man. And when I say worst, I mean my favorite. I played him back when he sucked. What is happening? What is this? What's happening? What is Jeff's break time? Select an item. Confirm purchase. Wait, I'm getting soda. Okay. Wow! Happy Rivals Day, everybody! This kind of looks like Luigi. I mean, you can see that they did. Oh, wow. This is amazing. This is incredible. All right. Wow.
I'm kicking off Rivals Day by coming to Earth and live streaming the celebration. Hey, Rivals! This day is all about you and me, Galacta.
This is like woke Galactus, because I have a Galactica bucket right up here, chat. This is like woke Galactus.
Relax here between battles and connect with friends. You've earned it.
Oh.
Invite more friends. Rivals Day is for everyone.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay, wow. Can I tell you, chat, this game has so much. Mike, not to be political, but the audio is loud as fuck. I can actually fix that. In fact, I'm gonna switch my audio to a headset because what am I, you know, it's kind of dumb. I have one earbud in and try to play the game. Okay, my audio is, I think we're okay. How is this? How are we doing? How are we better? Hold on, we're looking at a couple settings here. All right, okay, so what do we have this year? We've got a battle pass. Wow. Look at all this amazing content, chat. Events, anniversaries, battle passes. Look at the festive throwback of the store. I don't think you would be allowed to wear that costume in the Olympics. I think it might be a little bit revealing. W superheroes. So true, Chad. That's what we're all about here at the Central Committee stream. Festive throwback. Wow. Look at all the cosmetics you could purchase with your in-game currency. Isn't that amazing? All right, what else do I want to say? Ooh, there's a gallery. You have your own comic book. It looks like I haven't gotten this one yet. Did I get any of these? Love is a Battlefield. Did I? Okay. It's like I did not get that one either. The Abyss Awakens? Oh, I got some of these. Amazing. Okay. Well, let's see. What else do we have here? We've got the Battle Pass. An Elder's Chessboard. There's so much content in this game. And did I mention, chat, that this game is free to play? Free to play. Okay, what can we do? Change mode. Okay. Jeff's Winter Splash Festival. What's that? Okay, before we do any kind of game mode, can you know, maybe we should go into the there's zombies? What's this? What the fuck is when did they add this? Okay, let's go to a practice range real quick so I can make sure my buttons are bound.
Guess we better save the world again.
Let's see if I can remember how this is done.
Enemies on approach.
I don't know that I can. Okay. Oh, okay. The binds are that. Okay.
Powering up. Anyone say fireworks?
Okay, we're learning, chat. We're remembering. Okay, I remember now. Okay. Beautiful. You're my kind of guy. You like the movie Blade? Who doesn't like the movie Blade? As you can see, chat, I'm already level 39. That's pretty good. Wait, what's this? Frank's castle's deceased family was resurrected as the Walking Dead by the Queen of the Dead after being forced to put down his zombified. That's fucking cinema, chat. That's fucking cinema. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, hold on. We gotta play. What do you mean prepare? What does that mean? What do you mean prepare? Did I click a button? Okay, I could. Okay. Sure. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah. We're playing some Marvel Zombies. I don't know what that is. Frank Castle could not. I mean, his family's dead, and they get revived. It moves choose your loadout. Did I not do that? All right. Well, whatever. Somebody's gonna be mad at me. Okay, so do I just shoot zombies? Like, what am I trying to do?
You have one task, my fist. Locate the Queen of the Dead and end her. But the path will be fraught with peril. I was made for this mission.
Okay, what's Frank Castle's buttons again? Okay. Okay.
I ain't holding back.
Wait, what am I purchasing?
These zombies have been corrupted by chaos magic. Vanquish them.
Okay. I clicked buttons. All right, the horde approaches. This is gonna be bad because I have not played enough Punisher.
Need some ranged firepower.
Okay. Okay. Oh, what are we even doing? Just shooting into the horde like this? Is that it?
I sense more zombies near the Baxter building. Eliminate them.
Okay, I'm at the rally point. I guess we all have to be here. It's PvE? Like...
Out of sight!
Stay in the circle, motherfucker! What's that? What the fuck's happening? Okay, I guess we have to wait for 12 more seconds?
Charge!
Okay, there's a horde approaching. I can read.
Vengeance in Spectre's name! Need some ranged firepower.
Survive this!
Out of sight!
My smoke grenade kills them.
Out of sight!
We will stand with you!
This is incredibly easy. What is happening?
A trail of chaos magic leads forward to a cellar of tomes and scrolls.
I am upgrading. There's nothing to upgrade. Just purchase random? Oh.
Charge!
Oh. Okay, thank you, chatters. Now we know what's happening.
A massive horde of zombies approaches, and there is no way out but through. Smoke screen! Powerful surge of chaos energy has washed over Grand Central Station. My avatar shall clear the path for you.
Charge!
Why not? Oh, am I just like overriding what's happening? I see what's happening. I'm overriding now. Oh, that's bad. I wasted my points.
The zombies are draining my essence. Protect my spirit. Vengeance, Judge, Jury, Executioner!
We will stand with you!
Wow, thanks for also ulting when I was ulting.
Smoke screen! Now you are free to investigate the powerful energy in the Grand Central Terminal lobby.
I don't know what moon power does. Okay, so what I'm doing is I want red stuff, right? I want red stuff. Oh. How do I do any of this shit? So it's leveling up? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Safe travels, adventurers. Denizens of the deep.
Okay, so nothing's happening.
Cleanse this place. Protect your key. Out of sight! Judge, jury, executioner! Out of sight! Heads up, hostiles.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing other than just shooting at things that are standing still.
Some enemies here.
Okay.
Prepare yourself to take them out.
It's just ding, 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 ding. That's me shooting them in the head. That's my headshot indicator. Okay, so what am I doing with all these? Do I just buy shit? Right equals rifles. Press 2 to switch to shotgun. Shotgun stats are blue for upgrades. Sure. This looks so bad.
Smoke screen.
I prefer the rifle.
Need
This is not good.
Vengeance in Spectre's name!
This is not good.
I'm good to go.
I'm trying to get healed.
My essence is partially restored. I shall clear the rear zombies. You must regroup at the forward position.
There we go. There we go. Oh no. This is like a
Just a touch more moonlight. Stay calm and proceed to the rendezvous point with caution.
We'll try some turrets. Every time I get in the turret, I die
Alas, a
instantly.
champion has fallen.
Don't do the turret. Don't do the turret. I die instantly if I do the turret.
I re-upped.
Yes. Oh, the game is still too loud. Sure. All right, Chad. We are playing the zombies mode.
Smoke up. Judge, jury, executioner!
Standing perfectly still while shooting NPCs. This is not the Marvel Rivals I remember.
Out of sight!
We're kind of splitting our damage a lot, huh? Use turret against mini bosses? True. That is true. The thing is though, the last time I did, I got killed. Okay, Vio wants to join. Hold on. Let me jump into a Vio call. Vio call. Oh, ow.
Hello.
This location
Hello.
seems dangerous.
Have you done this before?
Keep an eye on this place.
No. I don't like
Wait,
PB.
How do I get
Bring
up
the fight
there?
over here.
How do I get up there?
You jumped.
I can sense traces of the Queen of the Dead's
That's not it.
energy. The truth lies close, deep within the underground theater.
Is this one of those games where you have to play the whole thing, or can you like dip and have someone else fill your spot?
I don't know. I assume I'm almost done, right? I'm at phase 8 of 9. I should finish.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. Okay.
A zombie onslaught. This must be a
I
trap.
didn't buy enough points.
Destroy the undead swiftly, or more will surely swarm in.
Oh no. Thankfully, other people know what they're doing.
Jury, executioner!
Have you seen Daredevil in the game?
It's not in this mode. Why are you
Have you seen him at all?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
he got a fat ass.
He's got a fat ass?
He's got a fat ass. It's like jiggly too.
See, as soon as I get in this fucker,
No, he does have a dumpy.
Last, proceed to Avenger's Tower. I sense the Queen of the Dead's magic
Mike,
coalescing
you're sponsored.
there.
LOL. Exactly.
When I'm done with that witch,
Bro,
there won't
Marvel
be
Rivals
nothing left.
likes dumpies. Don't worry. They're okay with this.
So I could just keep buying these and they keep stacking?
They're not all Puritan and whatnot. I don't know what this game mode is. You're doing what I do. Just click. Buy whatever feels good.
Whatever.
What do you vibe with?
I don't know.
Safe
What
travels,
colors yell out to you?
Alright, we've got to kill the Queen of the Dead.
Oh, why would you kill her?
She almost dead? How many layers does she have?
Oh, she's so colorful. Okay, you're 1% done.
No, I think we're like 10% done.
Judge, jury,
2%.
executioner!
Still have 120 layers.
I can't believe there's a headshot. So I have to
She's kind of big. Did she grow?
Are we supposed to like pass through her like shield? Is that what we're trying to do? I'm just dying.
Maybe you're supposed to be inside one of those walls.
Inside the shields. Okay.
Like, you know, like WoW.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The battle has only just begun. They ain't seen nothing yet.
No, it looks like I get stunned. Looks like it hurts. It's bad to be in that.
No, it's good. It's good.
Alas, a
kind of feels like we're taking away her
My
shield.
fist of vengeance.
Yes.
The battle has only just begun. Hostiles up front.
Okay, she's halfway dead. Also, you never played this game mode. How do you know what to do?
I'm just saying whatever the fuck I'm saying. I'm talking out of my ass.
I'm standing.
I don't know why you're listening to me. I didn't know those bubbles would hurt you. I just wanted you to get hurt. But it's literally a bubble.
Healer might be a good thing.
No, red is good. Red is good.
The healer, I think, is supposed to heal us.
Champion has rise, my fist of vengeance. The battle has only just begun.
Are you keeping the healer alive?
Judge, jury, executioner.
Kill the boss.
Yeah.
The champion, rise, my fist of vengeance. The battle has only just begun. The champion has fallen.
Oh, she got a headache. She's kind of posing.
She's aura.
Got a Rogan.
I'm standing at this beam so I get healed.
She's kind of cunty. I kind of like her.
Need some range firepower.
Guys, this isn't the most engaging gameplay I've ever seen.
We have 10 layers left. Oh, never mind.
Oh, we didn't have the DPS. We didn't have the DPS. So we failed the enrage timer. I didn't buy enough boosts, I guess.
You were 10 layers away.
We didn't have the DPS.
Oh, that's not.
You didn't kill enough statues during her ult? Oh, I didn't even know about the statues. I was just shooting her. Damn.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, that was me. I was the one who was the bad one. I was the bad one. All right. Hold on. Wait, how do I?
I'm logging in.
Oh, you're not in. Okay.
It's loading.
That explains it.
It's doing the whole cinematic shit.
We threw the PvE game. I gotta try that mode. Yeah. Try that mode, chat. Try that mode. When did we? Okay, so we did the read. We are 35 minutes into our hour already. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Huh? Chat, we're gonna keep gaming, and then even when I'm done with my stream, we're gonna be gaming over on the VO channel. Shout out the VO channel.
Yeah, I gotta do a sponsored thing too. I forgot.
Why don't you invite me when you're in? So because you play this game more than me.
Oh, I was waiting for you. Okay.
I've been in, so just invite me, and then you can
you
queue
in?
us for whatever. Yeah, I see you're level 61.
No.
It means you played like double or more than me.
No. I never played this game ever in my life.
Is the
What
the
is
audio
this?
balancing really bad? What's going on? Is the game too loud? Like, what's going on? Is it too quiet?
The gameplay was a little loud when I last checked, but I haven't checked in like since I spoke to you in the room. So if you adjusted it, then
I don't know. Everything. I think I'm a little bit quiet compared to. There, I boosted my mic.
you're the team leader. I don't know. You tell me.
You're the team leader.
Slay. All right, you want to do?
No, no. We can't.
You're silver.
Yeah, I haven't played.
I can hop on my Smurf.
No. Just hit quick play. It'll be harder anyway. We'll get our own. We'll get our asses kicked.
The quick match is harder. You're right.
It'll be harder than. It'll be harder. I don't know any of the new characters, so that we're gonna get.
Pick your hero.
We're gonna get shit
or
on.
Villain.
I'm louder than needed. What do you mean than needed?
But it worked out for everybody.
What do you mean VO is a bit louder than needed?
Okay, how about that? I'm locking in DPS, chat.
Excuse me.
Oh, 4 DPS! Quick play, let's go!
What's your main? Chat, I want you to know before I was hit with emote gate, before I was hit with Emote Gate, I was on a mission to become #1 Rocket Raccoon, and I got to number 24. And that is, I'm never gonna forgive them for that. Like, genuinely, I'm cursing them with baldness forever just for that. Just for interrupting my journey to becoming #1 raccoon in the world. I got so close.
Chat, are you ready for my mediocre gameplay or sub-normal gameplay of Marvel Rivals?
Oh, you're Iron Man. I'm not healing you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You just did. I just got
Battle starts in 5.
I just got one of your shields.
Grab the health pack, sure, but like, bro, you're floating.
All you need to do is
I'll
capture the
heal
mission
you.
area. Got it?
No, it's not because he's Iron Man. It's because Rocket has, like, his healing is not very good for flying characters.
Powering up.
We got company.
Okay. Oh, we have a Star-Lord.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's alive. They're kind of ignoring you, huh?
Let me just pick them. Let me poke the healers.
And now they're going for you. You don't have a res for another 23 seconds, just letting you know.
One down.
Yeah, 2 are down then.
The mission area is yours.
Very nice. Wow. Wow, clap. I'll shake my ass to that. Okay, you have a res.
We got company. Don't mind me. I'm just
I picked up my res.
Disappear!
One die. One die.
Maximum.
Oh no!
You're gonna res. You're not gonna res. Never mind.
They blocked my ult. I shouldn't have popped it there.
Oh, it's okay. I got it. Don't worry.
I thought they were. I thought they. Classic alt death. It happens. I shouldn't have pushed it there. They were shooting me. It's okay.
Kind of a skill issue.
It was a skill issue, and that.
You've captured more than half of the
It is
mission
what it
area.
is.
Keep
We got
going.
this.
I'll keep you alive. Don't worry.
Because they were.
Powering up.
You're welcome. It seems we have company.
I might not be able to keep you alive.
I take everything!
What the hell is that? What did she say? Who was that?
I am ready to put on a show!
I don't know, like, half the heroes anymore. It's been so long.
I want to get my
Did
ult
she
back
say
quickly.
everything? What was that accent? I died.
Oh no.
I'm dead.
Stupid aimbot ult. He was like significantly. The aimbot ult is so funny because he was aiming like 3 body lengths away from me. Like, come on, at least force them to kind of aim at you.
Careful, careful. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
That put a spring in my step.
Where's our tank? There you are. He's coming up. All right, I'm gonna be aggro. I'm gonna put down my ult.
Disappear!
Well,
Okay, that didn't hit shit.
oh man. Does the team know that my ult gives them healing over time and shield and power and
Is our team half dead?
Their team's capture progress has passed.
is our team aware?
Here they are now.
I don't like this whole hallway. This is a bad hallway for me.
Bad hallway. What is this water? Why is there water everywhere?
I am ready to put on a show.
Oh. Wait, how did he get his ults again? He just had it.
2 points.
No. Our guy. What's bow guy? Bow and arrow guy.
Control seized. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Plant the flag, people. Target is captured.
Yippee! We did it! Yay!
Wow.
Half jiggle. Woohoo!
Wow.
Wow, so easy. Wow. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
If I'm not joking about something, you know I'm not taking it seriously.
Like, you should really have your soundboard up and running. Yeah, I should.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Oh.
Jarvis, clip that. What? There was nothing. I didn't do anything good that round.
What do you mean? You pressured them.
I mean, yeah, that's what I do.
Chronometric field generator.
There you go. So you did do something.
I fumbled my
alts.
Fits on an arrowhead.
I didn't fumble the alts. That'd be good. That's the one thing about Iron Man. Is you gotta.
You weren't useless.
2,
Man,
1.
that's good.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I didn't mean that in a rude way.
Powering up.
Just poking is fun because they all will give me all. They'll feed me all.
Yeah.
Good. Here they are now.
By pressure, it's good.
Shield activated. Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
Oh, we got her.
There you go.
You guys see that pick?
Looks like the mission area is yours.
Me and the other alt.
Yes, please. I hope Friday got that on video.
There's a stretchy guy behind us. He's just vibing. I'm kind of 1v1ing him. It's fine. He's not that good.
I got it with that. Taking out Star Wars.
There we go. Jarvis, clip that.
Jarvis, clip that.
Dude, Iron Man would be a streamer. He'd be an IRL streamer. He'd be the most obnoxious motherfucker. Oh my god.
What a curious place. You cannot hurt me.
Jarvis, did you clip that?
Disappear!
Oh boy. Hey! Here they come! Maximum!
He's saying some new shit that I've never heard before.
Control lost.
Did he say he's gonna pollinate us?
Any medics around?
Mike's locked in.
Again.
I should be singing lullaby.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
not.
find whoever put me out last time.
Jarvis, debate the mods. That's a good line.
Jarvis,
tell the mods to stop timing people out.
Jarvis percent.
Jarvis, are we gonna get reverse swept in this game?
Reverse what now?
Ooh, good hit. When both of us shoot at the healers, we get picked.
Well, yes, when you focus someone down, they die faster. It's true.
I am ready to put on a show.
Stretchy guy killed my ass.
Your team's capture progress is past the halfway point.
Your only healer is dead, by the way. This is why the team's... I'm sorry for dying. I'm sorry for dying.
No, we have 2 healers.
Yeah, we have 1 healer. We technically have 2 healers.
I'll patch you up. That put a spring in my step. All right, 18. Enjoy it. Here's how you
Disappear!
We got company.
Yes. Yes.
Maximum halt.
Get him. Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody can hang with the pulse cannon.
Can you heal me?
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. Control seize.
The alt flipped it, chat. The alt flipped it. Feeds Iron Man in a game. Hell yeah, brother.
You've captured more than half of the mission mission area. Keep going.
Very good. I am dead.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's so rough. Ooh. Oh, Stretchy Boy, get off me!
Attraction.
I don't think that's the welcoming committee. I got to admit, taking out Star-Lord was satisfying. Powering up.
23 seconds, and then I have res again.
Double KO.
There's another one down.
Very good.
We got him, chat.
Not yet, we don't. Lock in. This is another fight. Another fight coming up. He's gonna have his ult, the Groot.
Oh, fuck.
I might rest. Maybe?
Stupid fucking ult, dude. God, it's so annoying.
I didn't put it down in
The
time.
stupid fucking Star-Lord ult. So annoying.
Hey, team! Enjoy the amplifier! Oh, boy. Here they come! Fantastic! Ha-ha!
Oh my god, kill this dumb bitch.
It knows where you've been.
He jumped out of the thing.
All right.
Woohoo! We did it!
We did it!
Wow, that was so easy. I had such good carry.
Victory.
Our Iron Man did so well. Oh my god. That was so easy. Holy shit.
No,
Wow, what a game.
Melvin did great. Melvin was the MVP, you know. He was hitting those shots.
Me and my homies hate Melvin.
Great job.
Sorry, Melvin. No offense.
Well, now that you've seen the Central Committee stream on Marvel Rivals, you have to download it through the available things on your screen. Yeah, we can do one more. We can do one more. Hold on, let me pee. I have 8 minutes, but I'm not holding it. You can queue.
I wasn't gonna wait. I wasn't gonna wait just for you to pee. I was gonna hit. It's quick play. I was never gonna wait. I was never gonna wait.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
I wasn't gonna wait, Unk. Wow, no one picked Iron Man. That's a shocker. I was a little worried that someone would pick Iron Man because I started the queue, but I'm so glad.
Oh, whoa, they're also tanking? What the fuck?
I never wanted to be Iron Man.
Yo, we're all Venom.
They're also tanking? Iron Man, does he suck now? Does Iron Man suck now?
I was thinking.
Chat, is Iron Man bad?
Connected to a spider totem.
No. Actually, I have no idea.
I don't know what the current
I have no
meta
idea
is.
who's good and who's bad right now. I wish I knew.
Also, what's a raccoon?
They nerfed him?
Thank God.
The battle starts
Bro!
in 5, 4,
You and the Jeff are the only
3,
ones without the Venom skin.
2,
That's fucked up.
1.
You ruined the vibe.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
SMH.
Oh, is there a Venom skin? I just have the default skin on. I'm not really a skinner. Chat, I don't really care about skins.
I don't
You know,
either, except for the Venom skin is like evil and cool and like gremlin as
everybody's
fuck,
the
so I
same
liked
no
it.
matter what your skin is. Me.
Mission area is yours.
Oh, they are hitting the fuck out of me.
That donkey killed me! There's a fat donkey, and it's lethal. It's a lethal fat donkey.
That was watching that person's kill cam of me was
They captured the mission area.
that was something. That was something.
Maybe I should play Dumpy Man.
I like when the
He
tanks
seems pretty
chill in the back line.
What, you mean Venom? You like it when our Venom kills in the back line?
Okay, I got a punchy guy on me.
Like the dumpy?
You're welcome.
You mean the dumpy? I hear the dumpy. I don't see the dumpy. I'm so scared.
What the fuck? Who is this?
Their team's
The dumpy! That's the dumpy! Aura farming us, honestly. Oh, there's Captain America. Girl,
Headed our way.
girl, shut up.
Maximum pulse. That's what happens when you pick a fight with Proton. Hurry up. Watch out.
Let's go! I'm gonna kill the dumpy! Let's go! The dumpy's dead! Okay. Massive Iron Man ult.
Oh, that was it. That's what turned the tide. It was all
That
me.
is what actually turned the fight around. That was massive. Good
Massive
job.
Iron Man ult. I mean, they were
Massive
bad.
dumpy.
They let me do it. So.
Bro, just accept the compliment.
Oh, thank you. So is she a tank?
What now?
She's very tanky.
What did he say?
I said.
The demo will come.
Hurry up. Anyone say fireworks?
Up here. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I swear I heard him say the devil
God,
will
I cannot
come.
get these last hits. Everyone's yoinking them from me.
There's no kill stealing, bro. You're not getting gold to buy an item or whatever.
Us against
They're
the
dead,
world.
they're dead. That's good.
Well, that's true.
I'm just dying.
Someone killed my res on the left. Yeah, there you found him.
I'll patch you up.
I'm gonna ult.
I'm just farming all off of their ult. And then we'll be in a second here. Okay, I missed.
Oh. Bro, can you stop fucking slicing my raccoon ass? Bro, this is I'm just a fucking rat. Leave me alone.
They did not contest. Mike, just like me for real, LMAO. I know. I shot the middle of the group, and that's not what you should do, chat. You should target someone, and they all just like floated away from the middle of the capture zone.
You know I'm not taking it seriously.
Not a big game watcher, but VO is entertaining. Oh my god, thank you.
You really should watch VO for gaming. It is
What?
true.
Me?
VO is the gamer.
30 seconds before you attack. Get
And VO
ready.
is really good. That's the thing you guys are missing. You're watching my gameplay and not
I'm
VO's
not
gameplay.
good. I'm really bad. Actually, I'm so bad. I'm terrible. I'm the worst.
My armor's already as bleeding edge as it can be, Spidey. I'll be fine.
VO versus game.
Talking about your suit. Good for you, I guess.
All right, well,
No one
this will
shot
be
at
the
you.
last
I love
round,
it.
chat.
More
I hope you
floating
enjoyed
characters
the
than I want.
Marvel Rivals
3,
sponsored stream.
1.
Did he finish
All you need to do is capture
We
the
are
mission area.
in our
Got it?
last half.
Hour?
Hurry up.
Can you heal me real quick? Thanks. I got close.
You did get close. Oh my god.
Those biggins don't mind me.
Oh my god.
I'm just dying.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like, Dumpy Man is scary, I'm not gonna lie.
Capture now.
You know, you couldn't do this without me.
Excellent. Oh, he's so... Oh, he's not so dead. Oh, that's Thing. I thought that was Venom. Oh, this is Venom.
Oh,
I thought we had 2 Venom.
I got owned.
I'll patch
I was too far away from cover.
No, I was also distracted. I wasn't healing you too much.
Hurry up. That put a spring in my step.
Yeah, they're healing pretty good. Oh, I'm getting
Their
wrecked.
DPS is pretty good too, I would tell you that.
No, well, they're outnumbering us by quite a bit.
Are they?
I'm dead.
This is real firepower.
Oh.
Control seized.
I shouldn't have ulted there. I wasted my ult, but whatever. Uh-oh.
That fucking hurt.
Yeah, they are definitely focusing down people more now. They're going for the backline a lot more. This Dumpy Man. The Dumpy. Dumpy is the only one I fear, honestly.
You've captured more than half
Bye.
of the mission area. Keep going.
Dumpy is the only one putting in work. Very nice.
Dumpy is really putting in work.
Why are you real flushing at going for the
Take everything!
Oh, girl. What does she even do?
I don't know. She's like doing some sort of Oh my god. That wasn't good. That was not good. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty bad.
Oh, they have an Iron Man. Oh, that's not. Oh, wait, no, we're good. We're good.
Us against the world.
Us against who? It's just you. It's just you and your buddy.
Oh my lord. I'm getting deleted this round, chat.
Okay, we're still winning.
This is real firepower.
Ow.
You get a weapon. You get a weapon. You get a weapon.
Ow. Ow.
Hurry up.
Ow. 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 Yay! Fly higher is good advice.
No, you definitely do not want to be flying too high in Iron Man. That is bad advice.
Fly as high as you can.
That's terrible advice.
Victory! Big win!
Fly into the sun.
All right. GG's, everybody.
Wow.
We completed it.
Wow. You did it.
Wow. Well, thank you, everybody, for the holiday season sponsorship with Marvel Rivals. Remember, all the heroes are free to play. It's made in China, and there's Booba. What more do you want to hear?
Booba.
What more do you want to hear?
Okay, I gotta go get ready.
All right, are you live?
I'm about to go live.
Just press live.
Bro, I gotta set shit up. I can't just press live. I need like 5-10 minutes to set shit up.
Chat.
What?
Thank you for hanging out with me today. Remember, today is Friday, which means that we hang out in the Discord.
Goodbye.
You could join the Discord every Friday. We get together. Look at that, chat. This is my model. You know, this is the tank that I play. What's her name? Emma Frost. That was the tank that I used to play. Iron Man and Emma Frost. I should have played some Emma Frost, honestly. So thank you, everybody. So appreciate you hanging out, and I'll see you all very soon. I'm gonna just raid VOs offline because I have nothing more for you. So in honor of Rob Reiner, we are watching Princess Bride tonight. Very nice. Princess Bride. All right. Well, thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for sticking around and watching the bad gameplay, because that really helps out the stream. It's like a week worth of work, you know, for that 1 hour. So thank you so much for supporting the stream. It really does mean a lot. W sponsorship. All right, everybody, we need more gaming in the future. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be a better gaming streamer in the future. And I really do appreciate everybody who stayed. You can see how much I do not have any bots. As soon as people were like, oh, Mike's gaming, fuck them. All right, everybody, stay safe. Solidarity forever. I'll see you very soon. I'll be live on VO stream probably a little bit later as well. Gaming, W streamers, and I will see you soon. Peace out and have a good one.